folks? Bob Mannery here, and you're listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
What's up, family? This is Agree to Disagree, live from the Real Talk Studios like we are every Sunday. Every Sunday we're brought to you by our doc, Make Him Yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, located in Burlington, Cherry Hill, and Princeton, New Jersey. Tom Arnone, Nick Delgazzo, Greg Mlakovic, Robbie Povo on the ones and twos. No Brian Wilson tonight. Claims alcohol poisoning. There was a mention from me to him about, hey, listen, babe, if you got alcohol poisoning, get yourself to the hospital. No, I'm good. Well, then if you're good, then you're just soft. So whatever it may be, and he'll hear it later, and hopefully he gets it. He asked me to come out last night, and the crowd he was out with, great group of guys, okay? So my longtime friends. But I know when you go out with them puppies, it's an all-nighter. And what I say to you in the mess last night, can't do it. Can't do it. Got too much to do. Too much to do because this night's a 3, 4, maybe even a 7 o'clock nighter. You're driving home from Giuseppe's, cheap plug, and, you know what I mean, the sun's coming up.
You had some adulting to do. You felt like that's
Felt like a little adulting. I like it. We got tons to talk about, baby. Crumb in a week. It could tie right in to Bryce Harper. Who knows? Stadium Series game last night, which was a beaut. And if you missed it or went to bed when it was 3-1, you missed some stuff. You missed some stuff. Sixers.
Or if you posted about it, the game was over, you know.
Whatever. Yeah. There's them guys. There's them guys. Jump the gun guys. Sixers miss Joel Embiid. And big time. And this is why I love this fan base. This guy is the carrier of this organization and this basketball team. And for anybody out there that doesn't get it, now you see it. But there was a big-time lack of effort yesterday, and guys need to be held accountable for that shit. All right, we'll talk about Sixers a little bit later in the show. But everything ties in. The Phillies baseball's here. You've had 2 games so far, a little spring training action. But it's right around the corner, and it ties into Philly season outlook. And currently, as it was constructed, there was 2 separate emails. There's an email of Harper signs, and then there's an email no Harper. So this is no Bryce Harper right now, family. Even though the millions of guys with blue checks want to tell you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They've been telling us Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for 3 months. 3 months. And listen, I'm divided. I'm divided on this because part of Tom thinks the guy's an absolute crump.
That should be a saying.
Okay?
Part-time.
Part-time thinks the guy.
Are you full-time or part-time?
I'm part-time. Part-time Tom thinks the guy's an absolute crump. All right? The other part of Tom knows how important this is for the fan base and this franchise to land a big fish. That part of Tom also knows the impact he can have in this lineup and in this ballpark and for this franchise. But the other part of Tom that's on the shoulder, right? Angel Tom says, you remember when he got choked out by Papon and nobody came to the rescue? That's in the back of my head. And the fact that the guy's still waiting for whatever, if it's more money, whatever the case may be, is more leaning me towards Crumb, but I'll still take him. I'm in such a tough predicament with it. But let's get right into the poll question. As currently constructed, no Harper. Phillies win the NL East. Do you agree or disagree with that statement? Because it's an interesting one. Because this whole division outside of Miami, you can make a legitimate case that they can win this division. And even the Phillies right now, you can make a case for them to win the division. But, boys, right into the poll, as currently constructed, the Phillies will win the NL East. Agree or disagree? You're listening to Agree or Disagree only on ATD Radio. Let's go. We'll answer all your questions, comments, concerns, whatever you got.
Well, yeah, disagree. and it doesn't necessarily revolve around him. I mean, it's Kapler's still the manager, right? So,
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one right there, and you didn't address the starting pitching like you need to. Now there's still some time. We know Arrieta came halfway through March last year, whatever it was. So Dallas can come riding in. There's not many guys out there unless you're going to construct a trade or something and use some of the the outfield prospects that you have floating around, and that would help. Obviously, if Harper, that's another domino that falls if the big guy signs, and then you got some expendable outfielders, right?
Yeah.
So there's still a lot of variables for me. I just and I think you could have avoided all that. I understand you want the fish, and that's what that's what the people want. You got that left-handed presence and stuff like that. But there's just no reason that you shouldn't just had some those other glaring needs filled by now.
Well, guess what?
And you had a good offseason. We talked about this all the time. The Segura, huge. All right, Kutch. It's a good pick. Whether it's 3 years or whatever, Kutch is a great clubhouse guy, and he's a fucking professional, fucking major leaguer.
Go for the kids.
He's great
Go
for
the
the
kids.
Robertson, huge.
Absolutely huge.
Right, so now that's that was
and Raul Muto.
Yeah. Oh my God, how can I forget about the best catcher in baseball?
Yeah,
right,
you know what I mean? Yeah,
absolutely. So there's 4 awesome pieces.
To
right
go
there
with some
that you
pretty
did right
solid young pieces.
Right,
To
so
go
then-
around some pretty solid young
And then
pieces.
subtly though, and with Kutch, you're moving Hoskins back to first base, so it's
you got
almost
better
like
defensively.
you got better defensively there
Well,
now.
listen, let me just get right into what he said though, because this isn't on us, right? This isn't on us anymore. I didn't say in 2019 we're going to compete for a World Series. Okay, I didn't say before the hot stove, which has been cold the whole goddamn time, before the cold stove started, I didn't say that I'm going to spend stupid money. Stupid money can go a bunch of different directions, like Sweep's talking about. Stupid money can be Kimbrel, Keuchel, and say, you know what, we'll go spend stupid money there because this guy doesn't seem to want to play here, or whatever the case may be. Okay, whatever it may be, because you hear 100 reports. I heard from a guy that told me, I don't. From what I'm hearing, he doesn't want to play here. You see it on Twitter. Then you see the opposite reports. Oh, I got no problem playing there. So to me, it's going way too long, and Scott Boras deserves some blame for it.
Oh yeah.
And Harper, obviously, it's your money, bro. So you can say, what, I'm signing it. Let's go. So to me, it's weird. And to me, when it goes this long, somebody else is in the party. All right, it doesn't go this long with somebody else not at the dinner table. It just doesn't. Yeah. So anybody out there that thinks it's a done deal, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, because some jabron keeps telling you, because we believe everything these beat writers say. They haven't got nothing right all season. Nothing. What does it tell you about MLB writers? Without Peter Gammons, they all stink. Okay? Bring me Pete back. At least he got things right, because these guys don't get nothing right.
Because if it was just an ego thing, which it is for Scott and Bryce, both of those guys are a marriage made in fucking hell. They're perfect for each other. And obviously, Boris, he's a fucking crumb, but that's what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he does his job and he does it well. Don't get me wrong. But if it was just an ego thing, he would have signed an hour after Machado.
Right.
You know what I mean? He would have waited. Hey, you go first. And then I'm going to fucking crash the party with whatever 400, whatever it is. 400.
The rumor I loved out there was he was going to sign 3 minutes before Machado's press conference.
So,
that was the best. That was my favorite rumor.
Yeah, that goes to show you that there's other partners in this dance. All right, they making it sound like it's all roads are going to the Phillies, and the Phillies are the front runner. You would expect, right? Because it sounds like obviously the Nationals are out. The owner said, "Hey, listen, we've moved on." For whatever that means. I mean, that could be smoke and mirrors, right? The Giants. I mean, this is Bochy's last run. We talked about them. We talked about them being long in the tooth. I mean, a giant ballpark where if you're an ego guy, I don't know if your numbers now you're looking for splashdowns. Now you want to tie bonds for splashdowns. All right, then maybe you sign there. I don't know. But if you went through it, I would. If you ask me who's better, who has a better roster, you would be the Phillies. If you, I think that's to me that's easy. That's a no-brainer between the Phillies and the Giants. You know what I mean?
All right, so
if
back.
it's not coming down to convenience, if it's not coming down to convenience, you know what I mean. Now that is a plane ride right to Vegas. Spring training's right there. There's that whole convenience thing is right there. If that's what he's looking for, if he's going to get stupid money from either team. So
exactly. So to the poll of the family just joining us, as currently constructed, the Phillies will win the NL East. Do you agree or disagree with that? And Sweeps we were getting there.
Yeah, I disagree, and I like what they've done, and listen, I root for them, and I think they're they're an arm short, and probably the left-handed bat. They're a left-handed bat short, and it has to, obviously it has to be him, but Moose is still out there. You understand? I understand. Franco's cheaper.
No, Moose is gone.
Okay,
Moose
I was
gone.
going to say, there was a guy that that we've been
He
calling
was
for
a while.
Yeah,
he was for a while. I mean, just
that
last
was
week.
the left-handed bat. Yeah.
There was nobody not out there for a while.
Yeah.
Of any sort of stature.
Yeah, because you're right. Everybody was kind of hanging on those two guys because they were waiting for them to set the market, regardless of what market it is.
Yeah.
The pitching market didn't seem to was tricky to me because none of those guys are pitchers.
Yeah.
So how did that affect the pitching market?
Well, you think Kimbrel would affect? Well, closers going to affect closers, starters affect starters, or closers affect all relievers, and starters affect starters, and position players position players.
Well, he was trying to be
the tone setter.
Well, Kimbrel was trying to be the unicorn pig because they were all of them were getting 2-3 year deals.
Yeah, three for 12 usually.
They won 6.
Yeah, and it's like, he's like, I'll wait it out, but okay, good luck with that. Yeah. But to the poll, Greg, as constructed, can they win the NL East? Agree or disagree?
Disagree. And Sweeps hit them all. They had great all season. They're a better team today than they were last year. No question about it. You know what I mean? But, the glaring power bat outside of Hoskins in your lineup, regardless of what side, preferably left-handed.
Yeah.
And then you're right. You're missing a piece or two either in the rotation or the bullpen. Either you go get me a Kimbrel, and then my rotation's good. You go get me Keuchel, my bullpen's then good, right? Because then I'm moving one of my starters, Eichhoff, Velasquez, Pivetta, one of those kids into the pen as like a long guy or that sixth guy. So, they're close. I think they're going to contend, but that Braves team is very good.
Yeah.
And
Washington's pretty good too.
Washington's pretty good, and the Mets are really young and upcoming too. And I hate to say that, but
they got
talent. The Mets are talented.
That's why I said. I mean, you can make a case for every one of these 4 teams outside, and not counting the Marlins, to win this division. You could. Like, I could sit here and say agree, right? Because you guys both want to disagree. So I could sit here and try to spin and agree, and maybe that's where I'm going to try to go. Right. But do I feel it right now, deep down, that they can contend for it? Absolutely, they can contend for it. Winning it's tough. Because you're talking about, okay, if Harper doesn't sign here, Nick Williams, your everyday right fielder, with a chance to run out there every day to become the prospect maybe you thought he can be and hope for, and you got to really hang your hat on something like that, right?
But
now you got to hang on your hat on McCutchen playing, 150 out there too, and being a 270 guy and just bring a big time contribution on that end, and then you got to hope. Your center fielder's head's out of his ass and can put together a complete season because if he can, he's really talented. But the other things are what drive people crazy, and I get it. But can you put together a full season?
That's what it's going to take from everybody.
I feel
not
like
just him because that's when you get the question marks or Pivetta. And can Eichhoff bounce back? And he be the guy that we saw the glimpses that we saw? You know what I mean? How's that curveball? How's his money pitch?
Yeah,
right? Because he didn't have a feel for it. You know what I mean? That's he didn't have. He just couldn't get a feel for it with the injury.
And can Pivetta durability, not durability, more of a workload, be able to handle.
Yeah. Can he turn the corner? Because he's a high strikeout guy. I mean, he's gonna punch out double digits. Probably.
People got him the Cy Young candidate, what I think is crazy, but people do. There's people I'm not buying into that, right? But there's people out there, and then I was thinking about the other day. I'm like, okay, if he matched his first half numbers, I guess there's a case, and that's the only thing people are hanging their hat on.
Right.
So okay, if you can put it all together, but it's another guy that we're talking about having to put the whole thing together.
Yeah.
That's a lot to ask.
Yep.
That's a lot to ask, and these are some of the guys that I really like, right? Franco, can you not get hurt? Because we talked about it last week when Sleeves wasn't here. We forget it, but when he went out of the lineup last year, that's when we started to sputter. That's when we started to play bad baseball.
He was our best hitter.
Because he was essentially our best hitter.
For 2 months at least.
So he helped carry this lineup. But a bunch of inconsistency, which you get from a lot of younger guys.
Yeah.
Can you put it together for a full year without him? Yeah. You have one of the best pitchers in baseball at the top of your rotation. You got one of the best setup men in baseball at the back end of your rotation, in terms of your pen. Okay? So you have at least a weakness, or an unknown again at your closer with Sir Anthony. We know he's talented, but again, can you put it together? So I'll say agree that they can win it, But that's a lot of guys putting it together.
Right. Yeah,
that's a lot of guys. And, I'm more leaning with you guys, but for the sake of just having the conversation on an agree, I'll go agree because the lineup is still good. It's good. But then you hope that Realmuto, the McCutchen, Segura brings consistency from some of these other guys.
Yeah.
Because it is an upgrade in your lineup. The offense is better. How much better? We're going to find out. But on paper, it looks a heck of a lot better than it did last year.
Yeah.
But listen, you had, and as much as that he's a crumb bum, right? You had Bryce in that lineup. That lineup now is scary.
It's scary.
It becomes scary.
I put it into the I put the projected lineup in the Philly Sports guys on Friday, and like when you look at it on paper, you go, "Where's your out?" Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you think Hernandez, Segura. Now again, this is with Harper. Sure. Hernandez, Segura, and then regardless, either Realmuto or Hoskins in the 3, Harper, Realmuto, the other guy in the 5, Kutch, Franco, Odubel, pitcher. Like that's pretty nice.
It's not bad. I got no problem with it.
Yeah, I like Harper in the 3 spot. I mean, I like the protection, like you're saying, for Hoskins, but that's what Realmuto's for. I mean, somebody's gonna have to step up in the 6 hole to protect him. But you go 3, 4, 5. You go Harper, Hoskins, and him. It's pretty.
So you would prefer
there.
Harper 3, Hoskins 4.
Yeah, 3, 4,
and then Realmuto
JT
5.
I like the first 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the first 2. Yeah. I mean, it's you can't go wrong.
No,
absolutely.
No, you can't. It's right now, like I said, it's talented. Yeah, you have talent here. But a lot of teams got better in your division. I think you make a case that Washington got better. Even though they lose Harper, all right, it's a loss, but they do have a ton of talent still there.
Yeah,
and they got
Soto's a pup,
but they got the horse at the top end, and Strasburg's a vagina to me, right?
Yeah.
And he's soft as baby shit, but he's still talented. Yeah. And then Corbin's a big-time addition. I mean, he's better than Gio Gonzalez was for him. So, I mean, that's a huge upgrade. Another health guy, but if he can stay healthy for a full year, and their lineup,
yeah, they're young bats.
Yeah, they got some puppies, and we know what the 2 puppies in Atlanta can do.
Yeah.
And then let's not forget about one of the best pure hitters in baseball, Freddie Freeman. Now is their rotation good enough to me? No, I think that's their weakness. If you want to look at a glaring,
they're young.
They're young, but I
They're
can't.
coming. They're coming.
They're getting there.
They're coming.
But they have. But again, I think it's their weakness now.
Oh yeah, if you're looking for a chinch in the armor, yeah.
But you don't know. I mean, do you get an Albies in their rotation this year that really comes up to this level and says, you know what, I'm ready. So you just don't know on that end. But besides that, they're young, they're talented, and I mean, losing for a little bit gets you loaded up.
And you got
to draft well. You got to draft well.
They weren't supposed to win last year, and they did. So you get that taste of it.
Yep.
And you get that postseason with the young guys. Now they're, then the experience goes out the window. Now, Ronald's been in a playoff game. Albie's been in a playoff game. So,
I think it's their division to lose. Because I think when you're there last year. I think, and you're coming back, and you're actually a little bit stronger. Yeah. It's your division to lose.
I like the best move for them. I thought was McCann. You bring that veteran guy to meld back home to bring with these young guys.
I like it.
That's a huge pickup because Donaldson's a crumb. He'll be home. He'll be hurt by the second week in April.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So don't worry about him. And they're top prospects at third baseman. So that's that was just a little stopgap.
That's why it's
that
only
little
1 year
deal.
Yep.
Yeah, a little stopgap.
and like we talked about,
but he'll be hurt by 2 weeks in April.
Let's not run from the Mets rotation.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their strengths in this division, and let's not run from the fact that they can flat out mow you down. Because every time I go to fucking piece of shit Flushing or watch a game in that fucking shit toilet, we don't hit and they mow. But if I just feel like that. Ever since the big bats left, when we go there, they hit. They find out they hit, and if they don't hit all year, they'll hit against us, and their guys, their dudes will mow us.
Yep.
So that's why another reason to add that bat to your lineup so important to put some scare into some of these puppies in this division in terms of arm wise. They're grown ass men, they're not even puppies anymore. But we have still, and I know DeGrom, and I'm not running from it, but I'm gonna take Noah, and maybe a 1A, 1B, and you can debate all day. I'm going to take Noah because he's my guy, but shit, I hate seeing DeGrom. So they got to scare you big time because they added some bats. They you know what I mean? They got a little more veteran bats in their lineup just to bring some stability to the young kids, sort of like the Phillies did in a way. So, I mean, a guy that was here, Wilson Ramos, who We'll see if he stays healthy for him.
He'd probably be hurt with Donaldson, but
he'll be hurt. But if he's not hurt, he can hit it. He can swing it,
you know,
and then Cano back.
They got the closer that they were looking for.
Yep, Cano back in New York, essentially.
Diaz, they got Diaz, yeah.
And like I said, Cano back in New York.
Yeah.
And we'll see what he brings for him. But a pretty good baseball team there too. So I think the separation now, if this news would have broke and Harper would be a Philly, if you revisit that poll to me right now, I'm full 100% agree.
Oh, absolutely. I think so.
Yeah. So I'm like that jumped
and that's
me.
just Harper.
And I know his numbers to me don't blow you away sometimes, some years, but it's still. And I know people don't want to admit it out there.
A top 10
some
baseball.
Yeah, but some baseball guys don't like to admit it. But protection's a real thing.
Yes.
And some guys want to blow it off like it's not. It's a big time thing, and if you act like it's fucking not, go ask Howard, Otley, and Rollins how their little protections helped them through their little run. Okay, when you have to be when you have a bat in your lineup that flat out scares you. If he strikes out 140 times, run 50 times, there's somebody in your lineup that you're like. So the guy in the 3-hole, if he's batting 4 hypothetically, you got to throw strikes to because you don't want to put on. Right, because now you got to throw strikes into Harper. You don't want to do that. It's all process, and Harper gets on in the 5, whatever, or the 4-hole hitter if he's batting 3, whatever. So it means something. It means something, and especially in the game of baseball today, where there's so many specialists and there's so much of that out of the pen, and so many different arms you're seeing throughout a baseball game. It's so important again to have the protection, to have some goddamn fear. Because right now, scrolling through it, who really do you? Not that they don't respect. It's not a good baseball player, not a good hitter. Who put that much fear into you?
No one.
Exactly. That you're scared to pitch.
No,
and there's a lot of good hitters in this lineup, but nobody like if I'm an arm, nobody overly worries me. Oh, top 10 guys in baseball worry you, right? Top maybe 15. They put fear in you. But I'm saying top 10, 15 players in baseball put fear in the opposing guys.
Nothing against Chase Utley. I love the guy, but he didn't hit as well as he did without Howard behind him. With Howard behind him is where he got his fastballs all the time.
Oh, of course. Of
You know what
course.
I mean?
That's not a shot at him.
That's no
He's
shot.
still going to hit the fastball.
He's still going to hit it, but
he's just a baseball player, so that's the only thing. Yeah, that was always the thing with him, with me. He's a baseball player.
So QB Eagles fan 89 says, "We getting Bryce or what?"
I think yes. If you're going to put a gun to my head, I'm going yes.
I think so too, because I think Middleton knows what he got himself into here a little bit too. You can't say that.
The fact that he went out there again.
Yeah, you can't say that and not deliver. And he's a little weird looking too.
Yeah.
But I mean, he shows up at my house. I asked security 5 times for his ID. Find out who that guy really is.
Titan,
because that dude looks
again.
like this is like about to be an SVU
Titan,
with my wife.
Check
you know what I mean? Like, hey, that guy just looks like a walking SVU. So I a little wary, but I think they get it done, dude.
Yes.
I think they do. And it's weird because we're not on Facebook right now. So like looking at the comments, I'm used to reading Facebooks, and I got a little behind here on the YouTube. But Tristan in the house, what's up?
What up,
Me of
Trish?
everything. It makes my blood boil when I hear people say, "Don't sign Harper away for Trout." Agree, because there's no guarantees. Like Anaheim's going to back Brinks up, right? I mean, they're going to back their Brinks up,
And they're talking.
and they're already talking. Like let's act like you don't let the best player in baseball out the door. Just like Boston, the day Mookie Betts is up, ain't getting out the door.
Yeah.
Like big markets. And Cali's a big market, even though Anaheim isn't. Whatever, Cali's still a big market. And then you got to say, does the dude really want to leave the West Coast? I mean, he come home and
especially if it's record setting. Because if Pretty Boy gets 4, fucking Trout's worth 6.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy, and you're
nobody is.
It ain't my money, but. Come on.
Yeah.
If you talk about a guy that's worth something,
Well, this is bad for baseball, can I tell you? His deal is going to be a bad thing for baseball. I didn't believe in Giancarlo Stanton's deal because of durability, not because of talent, because of durability.
I also that was Fugazi because of the Marlins too.
No, I know, but like just the deal in general.
Yeah.
The long term of it.
And he's a one-trick pony to me. I mean, homers, okay, they're great. No, thanks for the 50, Giancarlo. I don't.
And Harper's similar to that on his down years, when his average is down and stuff like that. And Listen, I don't know. We're gonna find out. I mean, people think he's going to be here next week. Jake Ball says, "I'm confident Phillies will land Bryce. The extra $1 million he wants will made up for the ticket and jersey sales and hopefully a championship." So let me ask you a question: if you're going to spend 3, what's over 10, right? What's stopping you from 340 over 10? Because now it's only an extra $40 million over 10 years. That's not a big. I mean, divide it. It's not a big money. It's not a lot of extra money.
Yeah.
And that's what people are missing here. You're going to go up to that level anyway? Well, then shit. You might as well go to 4. Ruin the whole game of baseball. Let this crumb bum sign a $400 million deal. And like Sweet's saying, Trav's going to be asking for a fucking $1 billion. Like, you give me the franchise. I want part ownership in the franchise. Mookie Betts, then when he comes up after all that, is going to say, I want to own the entire organization. That is what you're going to do again. You know, and the guy after that's going to say, you know what? I want to own the fucking city. The city's mine. I want a real key to the city. Not one of these bullshit keys you give for doing something nice.
And all of a sudden, Arenado wants to stay in Denver because he's like, I want all of Denver now.
I want all the marijuana dispensaries. All the money.
I want it all.
All the money, or I'm out.
No checks.
I'm out.
But that's a crazy thing.
He said, I saw what happened to Machado. Fuck that.
But that's a crazy thing, though. Like, we talk about Trouty, Betts, Arenado's there, too. Like, that 2021 class, there's no chance, there's no guarantee that these guys get out.
No.
You know what I mean? Because you're right. You think Boston's going to let Mookie Betts walk? Yeah. You're crazy.
Bro, San Diego just made a statement. As much as people don't want to admit that there was a statement made for small market teams saying, you know what? Fuck it. If it doesn't work in 4 years, I'll deal his ass.
Yeah.
And I'll get rid of the money because he's still 30 and I can still get a lot of value back. So fuck the money. And that's what you said. That every small market team said, you know what? Maybe we can play. And maybe the San Diego opened things up for other small markets, maybe saying, you know what, maybe we'll put a little, see how Harper's doing. Let's just check in.
And they're
I just want to check in.
Once again, it's always the question mark of the prospects, which it drives us up our ass.
Yeah.
But
they're close.
They're close. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know,
it's not a bad bat to have. I know
to
people
me,
don't like them.
You know, to me, they're probably 2020, 2021. You know, depending on if Tatis takes off like he's.
But definitely a better baseball team today than they were 4 or 5 or a week ago, or whatever.
Yeah,
okay, I mean, I watched them play when I was out there against the Phillies.
Whatever you think about the dude can still fucking play the game. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His numbers.
I don't like him,
Wilson loves that argument with me all the time. His numbers are better than Harper. Stop. They are. They're consistently better. I look at consistency. If you want to say he's a crumb, I get all that. I understand all that. I'm not debating that. What I'm debating is pure production, right? Pure production. Now, is he going to sell as much as Harper does? No. So that's the driving stock on Harper's contract difference. Is I'm going to sell more. I'm going to sell more jerseys.
Well, you saw how eerie the fucking numbers are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know how they're very close.
They're close.
They're very close.
They're close. But I just think in terms of consistency, he's a little bit better if you look at the years and don't add up. If you don't put it all in a bubble,
the defense.
And he's a better defender.
Yeah. If you don't put it all in a bubble and let it spit you out what the career numbers are, and you say, okay, let me go year by year.
Yeah.
His is more consistent.
Harper if it was just a taste test, you know, without, like I said, without looking at it and saying, hey, this guy's a crumb. I don't like him. If we were just looking at it, you know, like that, you would say, hey, listen, this dude plays 159 games a year, all right? His numbers are eye-popping, and he's a great defender.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So take out crumb, piece of shit, all that, you know. Then you take out the other where guy had an MVP season but banged up a lot. 3 out of those 7 seasons didn't get past 115 games or whatever.
Yeah, something like that,
you know? So, you know, 2 of those 7 seasons are in 240s. You know, hit 40 home runs once.
You want to crown that?
It's not as eye-popping as you think.
You want to run around and crown that because it's got great hair.
Top 10 guy. I mean,
you want to run around and crown that because it's got great hair. To grow around and crown it because Papon wasn't playing it. He said, you know what, I'm not, boom, right up on you. Okay, and there's question marks from teammates, but like, again, I don't care because like what I just said what San Diego did, and you can even tie that into the Phillies a little bit, what they can say and do too. Because, okay, we'll give you 10, 350, right? Well, in 3 years from now, if we're not feeling like we're getting our investment back, you're talking about a 29-year-old guy, right, that you can say, and just take back whatever you get for him.
Probably,
you know, that's what it comes down to because it could be – I doubt that's what San Diego does because in 2 years –
I think they do.
They backloaded it.
No, I think San Diego –
So he wouldn't go. It's like they hold the cards like you're saying. They can – in 4 years, if they want to deal him, that's okay for them.
Yep.
But for him, like just leaving on his own, he's got more money coming at the back.
Oh yeah,
It
he's
was
not going to
backroom.
leave on his own.
It was
I
backroom.
don't think. Listen, I think he might stay there for a long time because I think they're going to be a contender in 2 years, or at least a contender over in the West. It might be quicker than that. It could be next year.
I just don't think San Diego realizes what they just got themselves into money-wise.
Yeah.
Like they jumped into the big pool, and now you're still going to be third in the
I gotta tell
in
you
the
something,
AL,
though.
NL West. You're
I
still
got
going to be third.
I got to still tell you something though. They draw, okay? They draw there, and
Sure, it's San Diego, yeah.
and it's going to draw even more. And it's again, it's a good young baseball team. And yeah, we can say they're third, but we know how the game of baseball goes. So I mean, it's definitely an addition that puts you in the. Can I win the West? No. Unless I get some kids come up that start playing great baseball. But can I compete a lot more than I did last year? Absolutely. Now, to me, does a Machado addition add 10, 12 wins to that baseball team?
Well, Keuchel does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's, obviously they don't have stupid money.
Yeah, but if they go get Keuchel, I like what they have.
You know what I mean?
They have leadership.
Yeah.
At their one corner in Hosmer, I think he's a great leader, and I love him. And his production's never. You give him the money.
And Myers gets to stay put. You know, I mean, they floated him around.
True.
He played more first. Well, he played a lot first before Hosmer.
He can stay healthy. He fucking rakes too.
He's gonna anchor down in left.
No
and he
bat
rakes a
gloves.
little bit.
Old
Yeah, I
school.
know. Oh, he's old school. So he's gonna anchor down left field. The young catcher Mejia is, supposed to be a can't miss guy, so we'll see. And Tatis is special, so he's still got to come up and do it.
And then you would talk about hair out in center field. Was it Jankowski or Janikowski?
Yeah. Platoon with him and Margot out there.
Yeah, and if Myers stays healthy, that line's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hunter Renfroe and Wright.
And listen, the whole reason that Hosmer got all the money he got when he got it was not because as much the production as the leadership and the we're gonna try to turn the direction there.
Yeah.
And like I said, they draw well. It's a beautiful fucking park. If I'm Machado, and guys think these guys are all computers, right? And I was talking to Sting about this the other day. It's like they don't realize they're baseball players. And the guy's got a fiance. Harper's got a wife. Like they went from Baltimore to L.A., babe. All right, okay. You get that little taste of like that weather and shit, fucking Baltimore. You might never come east again. So if San Diego offered me $300 million and the Phillies offered me $320, I love Philly, baby. I love Philly. I got a little taste of San Diego in the summer. See ya, and I'm not looking back. Because and I'm sure my wife isn't either, right?
There's a lot of variables going
yes.
into it, I mean, it's just how much do you want to win? I mean, how much are you a family guy? How much do you want to be happy year round or whatever? You know what I mean? And how much how greedy are you? When it comes down to money. So there's so many variables what goes into it with people. Like I said, that's what depending on how Harper feels about it. You know what I mean? Like that's the one thing that probably has San Francisco still in it. You know what I mean? The fact that it's a puddle jump to Vegas, his hometown. You know what I mean? Yep. Spring training's right there. Everything's in that little triangle where he can, just an off day he can shoot home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, honey, come and check out the dog or whatever.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants. So we will see.
No, I feel like it's never going to end. On that terms, in terms of the Harper.
Until it does, it's never.
And that's where I got with people. And that's where I got with people. Like I just can't do it anymore. I can't not have the conversation just every day.
I mean, my buddy Drew must come out of work, out of his office at work. Greg, anything? Like we must be at 50 by this point. And like in the last week, Greg, anything? No, sorry, man. And like I hate being a bearer of bad news. I want to be like, we did it, yeah. But he's like, Greg, anything? You'll come out of a meeting first thing, Greg, anything? And I'm like, no, sorry, dude, nothing.
Soon.
That's great.
Yeah, it's like it's the worst. I hate being a bearer of bad news.
Yeah. Jacob Boss was saying, adding the 3 players we did, and we sort of talked about it earlier on. How much better does it make us? And it definitely makes us better. But like Real Muto is damn good. McCutchen, obviously we know I was a little long in the tooth, but we like it. We like it. But and then Segura is a real good baseball player too.
Really
so I mean, it really is big time upgrades from what you had, but you're just missing. And he's not like my Ryan Howard carrier type, but you're missing a carrier. You're missing a star in this mix.
But again,
and as much as I love Hoskins, Hoskins to me, I don't know if he's star. Yeah,
That's that guy.
Well, he's gonna have to do it.
Yeah,
on a
He's
consistent
that guy.
basis. You
But
know what I mean?
you say that about Harper isn't the carrier that Howard was. But remember, we didn't pull Howard up till he's 29. Or late.
No, not that old, right?
not that old, but
20,
yeah.
But again, Harper's only
He was behind
26.
Selmy, yeah.
Right? So you pulled up the piece late, and the piece took a couple years to get
23,
there.
Yeah.
He was late. I thought he was 25, 26.
Yeah, he might have been 25, 26 when he got up.
Because we blocked him a long time with Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
it's like 24 maybe.
Let me find out when he came up. But I know it was
Anyway,
a little,
but
it was a little later.
Now how far now with the whole Machado revelation, how everything shook out, is it annoy you even more that Philly was probably not even close because he said like, he's willing to move over to third now for the right situation, you know what I mean? So you wonder how close the Phillies were, you know what I mean? Because we really thought early on he wanted to play shortstop, so we weren't wrong about that.
That was at first. Did you find it?
It just said he came up in 2004. I'm trying to find a different one.
I was really ticked at the Machado deal at first. I had a video written up. I had a video done in my car at lunchtime and everything. But I hated the ending, so I didn't send it, right? But as I started thinking about it, I was reserved on the fact that we were only getting one. And I knew it was going to be Harper.
He came up for 19 games at 24.
Bingo.
And then 25, he actually started down again at 25 and then came up about halfway, a little more than halfway of the season to go, and played 88 games when he was 25, won Rookie of the Year, and then 2006 when he was 26, he went off. Yep.
Yeah.
So.
So you're right in that same time frame though with Harper, because you can remember he came up at 18 with Trouty.
Yeah.
But getting back to Machado, because it was stupid money, right? Because you had stupid money out there, and then you let a team like the Padres come in and almost outbid you for a guy that you're going to admit was your top guy.
Yeah.
So how are you going to outbid you for your top guy? And I understand the return on investment. I understand all that with money. Hey, this is our ceiling. If you're going to go over it, then cool. We're going to say, hey, we tried it. The one that shocked me though was the White Sox coming out and saying we had more money for you.
$350 after it was all said and done. You know what I mean?
When it was all said and done, if you would have signed with us, you would have been $350, $400 million.
They were pissed.
And they were pissed.
They were jilted. There were some jilted
that's
lovers.
what shocked me the most. I understand Brian Klentak was pissed too, but they came out with some venom in the media. It was
well, they felt
yo, you mother.
They felt with John Jay and Alonso, right? Yonder. That was going to sweeten the pie.
Yeah, it was that was what crazy was the reaction from the White Sox.
Kenny Williams such a bum. I love seeing Kenny Williams get mad.
Once you step out west and you get down to San Diego
absolutely.
And you're visiting these colder cities in the wintertime, right? It doesn't do them some justice for some of these colder cities in the wintertime, and it attracts you more.
Yeah.
It just attracts you
San
more.
Diego's beautiful.
Yeah,
you almost wonder if every, especially Northeast, but if every northern city had a dome, would the playing field be level?
No.
So say Philly had a dome, and you weren't playing in the cold.
Well, because you're only playing in the cold for a month. But yeah, I mean,
and then October though. We remember how.
But I just don't think it. I just think when you're coming and visiting cities in the winter, unless all you care about is winning games.
Yeah.
And obviously he didn't do it because of a money thing. He made this decision based on where he wanted to go,
right,
and where he wanted to live.
Yeah, because he would have went to the Yankees if he wanted to win now.
And then he would have went to the White Sox if he wanted a ton of money.
Right.
So so obviously that was a decision between him and his fiance and where they wanted to live.
Yep.
More so than where they wanted to play. And if San Diego comes knocking for $300 million, you're like, and you go visit that ballpark, which is a freaking amazing park. I'm telling you, that city, that downtown's clean. It's you're just drawn. You're effed.
Trevor's got a house right on the beach.
You're effed. You're completely fucked, dude. Because what are you gonna go? The small market teams down south don't have the money to give you.
Yep.
In terms of Florida, so nobody down there's got the money to fucking give you. And so so that's where the West Coast jumps in.
No doubt.
Harper would definitely be. Jake Paul says it's true. I felt like Harper would be accepted more. No, he's definitely going to be accepted.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Way more than Machado would have been.
Machado buried himself in the postseason.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I said, there's some guys. Like I said, Tom's always wanted him and admitted that. That his antics, you didn't like his antics, what I mean? But still, you didn't, he was still your number one guy, and you liked it, and that's it. So there was a lot of guys, there still were guys in his corner, what I mean? But to me, kind of just, especially with the blue collar guys, baseball guys, he just, he buried himself in October, what I mean? That was just some disgusting acts, what I mean?
And it's just interesting. I don't think if the Phillies offered $450, he was signing here.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
I just think, I think it's clear what that one came down to. So stupid money wasn't going to get that one done. So this guy, we know might be chasing some dough. So if we got to feel this guy's chasing some dough like Middleton thinks he is, then, let's go. Then back it up and overpay for it. And all that's doing is setting the price tag for other guys when they hit the market to jump higher than that. And in 3 years from now, you'll have a cheap deal. Yeah, you know what I mean?
No, what it's going to come down to
I think I look at it, the way it's just going to keep going up and up and up.
It's funny, with Severino signed a very likely deal to Nola. But Severino wanted all of his front-loaded because him and his agent expect a work stoppage. And he wanted to try and get as much money before the potential. I think it's 2021.
Listen, they want to fuck this game up again?
When the next CBA is up.
They want to fuck this game up again? Go ahead. Because then you're going to have to start injecting shit in people's asses to bring people back to the ballpark. You want to fucking do it again? You seen the last time you did it. All right? It ruined the game of baseball. You already had people on their way out, in a way. Right? They're not true lovers.
Yeah.
The middle of the pack fans. So you're going to let dollars and cents ruin your fucking game, and you're not going to have any dollars and cents. And then you're going to have to do something fucking illegal. They bring people back to the fucking park. It's a joke to me. This whole thing, the whole thing they're doing is a fucking joke.
And then you're going to keep them out of the Hall of Fame when it's all said and done.
Yeah, it's the same, and it's the same old guys that, when they get the microphone shoved in their face, that they just shut up. Chris Sale, I don't want to hear from you. You understand, Chris? I don't. You understand? Like, you want to cut up your jersey because you didn't want to be in the White Sox? That's fine. Do you, Chris? And you can fucking pitch, but I don't need you to tell me that this is a travesty and then these guys are. No, I don't. Fuck you, dude. This is fucking money. You're talking to fucking regular people, whether it's not our money or not. I'm not saying you can't sign up for them. I'm just saying, like, hey, these owners are starting to wise the fuck up, man. Those 10-year deals are anchors. I don't care if you're 26 or not. It's a fucking anchor. It's a huge investment. All right, and like you said, you got to be smart about it. And if it's front loaded, back loaded, is there an out clause, all that stuff. So we know all that stuff's in there. All right, but I don't need to hear from you guys. You know what I mean? Like, just keep your mouth shut. You know what I mean? Worry about yourself. Worry about your own money and your contract.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't tell us that, like, this is bad for baseball. I can't believe what's going on. So,
we're watching.
No shit it is. Yeah, we know. All right, so fucking sign.
We're on that roller coaster.
Yeah. We fucking know. The guys that are remaining, they're not fucking 10-year guys. So what the fuck is holding them up? You understand? It's like, what are you guys doing? Keuchel, you're not a 10-year guy or whatever. You're not getting fucking – what the hell are you doing? All right, why is the fuck up now? We know Cranbrough wants 6. That's too many in fucking relieving world. That's too many. All right, but it's just like I said, the more and we got fixated on these two fucking pigs, and you just let some other things slip away. Like, we love Marvin Gonzalez. That's a monster for fucking $21 million straight face. That guy jellies up and plays a different position every day for the Phillies if they fucking sign him.
Yep.
Yeah. Fucking 2 years, $21 million.
Carlos Santana got more money last year.
You understand? He fucking played left field one day. He can play fucking third base for you. He can play fucking second base. He can play fucking first. He can spell everybody.
Yep.
He can play fucking 6 days a week and take a spot from one guy. One guy gets a rest every day.
No, I love Marlon Gonzalez. We talked about him being a big pickup this offseason. Jake Paul says I'm buying a Harper jersey once he signs. Well, he'll go right up on the wall there, too, brother. No, don't doubt that. Mike Parker says, what's up, boys?
Spidey!
I'm all in on Harper. Get it done. When he signs, I'm saying we win the NL East. And I think that's where we really all stand, too.
You got to be all in, absolutely.
Tristan says, at this point, I don't want to jinx us, but I just don't see him signing anywhere else but here. I think we can all say, we hope you're right on that.
Yeah.
I hope you're right, brother. But the longer it goes on, the more worrisome it is to me that other small market teams are saying, you know what? All right, we'll give him $340, $350, and then we'll try to trade him after 4 years.
I'm not even
to
worried.
A contender trying to win right now and not worried about the money. You know what I mean?
I'm not even necessarily worried about on a small market team. The more he's out there and the more you see all right, San Diego just made that splash. You don't think the Dodgers are sitting there counting their money, seeing what we can offer? You know what I mean?
I'm not saying
and that's what I'm worried about.
I said it from day one that you better believe that they're always in the party.
Then that's exactly it.
They're
The
always in
longer
the
this
party.
goes on, the longer Magic sits there and goes, what can we do?
That's what people are missing. You're not signing them at 30. So yeah, it's an anchor. Sleeps is right about that. No matter what age you're signing them at. But to this point is, in 4 years at 30, they're still productive, and you're just saying, hey, I don't want to be tied to the money anymore. That's where the Yankees and Red Sox and Cubs and a couple of the big boys are always saying, hey, we'll take them off your hands because we're this close to winning. We're that piece away. So, the Red Sox, as long as Theo Epstein's there, they'll do it. So
Cubs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Cubs, sorry. But whatever.
No, but that's what I was big on. Yeah,
but no, that's another scary team. They've done nothing this all season. And you ask him, he's like, oh, because, we've had all our other guys, we have all our issues. But you don't sit, again, another team sitting there like,
we can't afford it right
now. I wonder what Harvard.
They came out and said it. They're like, we can't.
They say they said it.
Yeah, I mean, we just can't. I mean, they got a lot of money tied up. Yeah. I mean, Darvish puts them back.
Yeah.
And that's big market, but then you're also contending.
All those young pups are all grown up now.
Yeah.
They get paid.
And they get paid. And then you are contending with another team in your city, which is always tough to do, even though the Cubs run Chicago, but it's still tough to do. You're not the Yankees. Right. You're not New York. So it's different when when the Yankees are contending with the Mets. Your city, New York trumps you.
Yeah.
And compared to Chicago, he's like, grow up, Peter Pan. But no, I mean, you look at Philly, New York, Boston, teams that are always in play.
Yeah.
When it comes to if they're there to contend.
Well, like you said,
say, I'll go out and take you off your hands.
The longer it goes, anybody can pop in. You know what I mean? Like John Mozeliak, he's got to be on the hot seat. You know what I mean? You're in a hotbed in the Midwest. The Cardinals are everything out there. They're
another big market team.
They're adored out there. You know what I mean?
I don't want to hear that they're small market either.
No.
Because they can spend money.
Yeah.
Because again, you're right. They own that whole area.
You talk about going for it now. You don't know if Goldie's going to re-sign. You know what I mean? So it's time for them to throw their chips all in too.
Yeah, definitely a better baseball team too. Another scary one in the NL, which makes this signing even more important for Phillies fans. I'm telling you right now, you got to overcome a manager, all right? And right now, you got to get as much talent in this lineup to overcome a manager. That's the only way, because he's not going to win you games by him out managing somebody or playing a little small ball at times or doing the things that managers can do to help you win baseball games or not overmanage and change the lineup 100 times. So the more guys you can get into this lineup that can do things on their own and take it out of his hands, the better off this baseball team is. That's fucking simple. Because he's not going to win you fucking 0 games on his own.
No,
I read something about that a couple weeks ago about all the different lineups. And while I agree a lot of it is Gabe being his egotistical guy, to a point I agree with him, though, what he said. He goes, listen, we had a bunch of guys that necessarily didn't have a spot last year. So I was like juggling different lineups saying, hey, let's see what works, what doesn't work. Now, yes, every day is something different. Yeah. Is out of control. But when you sit there and you look back at your team last year, you had Caesar and you had Carlos were really your only 2 professional hitters in that lineup, realistically, right? Because everybody else was young. You know what I mean? Yes, we know Reese is a beast, but he was in his real first full year. So he was like
never be in the 2-0.
Correct. Yeah. But he's like, let's just, and that was his explanation for all the different lineups was I didn't really have a guy, a 3-hitter. Bang. Like, yes, we all thought he did, but obviously he didn't. Now, again, like you said, it doesn't completely exclude every day,
the more consistency you have, then the guy develops into that spot.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
there's no doubt.
The more you're playing musical chairs, it's
like, okay, can it do about 3 for this baseball team last year? Well, you're not going to find out unless you run him in the 3-0 every day. Can Hoskins bat 4 every day?
The apologist, and you guys know who you are, the apologist can't have it both ways, all right? And that's what drives me crazy, right? Because then that's a loser pussy mentality, right? So when they were red hot in the first half and they had a great, Gabe's this, and it's all him. And then when the collapse happens, it's like, what'd you expect the guy to do? I mean, he's dealing with a fucking horseshit team. Look at this roster this guy's got to deal with. Well, about 2 months ago, they were fucking rolling, and they were fucking rolling. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that that I was saying that they were uber talented. I get that. You know what I mean? But you can't have it both ways. You know,
No,
just
and they got it
just
done
say,
by
hey,
pitching
listen,
early
hey,
on.
listen, just say, hey, that was the biggest collapse. All right, in Major League history.
Yep.
You know what I mean, like, and that guy's driving the truck. So not putting all the fucking blame on him, but you're the fucking driver of the truck,
Yeah,
buddy.
and that's
so,
why Matt Klentak was like,
take
"Oh
some
fuck, well,
responsibility.
this is the guy I brought in to
gotta
drive
load
this
up.
truck.
I gotta load up.
I got to give more talent then."
Yeah, absolutely.
Because my mid-season moves last year, trade deadline moves, honestly, it didn't work out and didn't pay out because Drupal Cabrera stunk.
No,
so
and
it didn't hit anywhere where you
and
thought.
on paper, though, you thought they would.
You thought that
You know what I mean? Like,
you thought it would be good additions, and honestly, they weren't good additions.
And that's the tricky part about that deadline.
Yeah, hopefully this is the last week we're talking about Tristan. Will Middlebrook says Harper talk getting old. It absolutely is fucking getting old.
Absolutely. And I love the guy.
Yeah, we brought him up a bunch of times, but it was more directed because we're talking about the Phillies and where they can be with and without.
Yeah.
And to our poll question, as constructed right now, can they win the NL East? Or as constructed right now, they will. They will win the NL East. Do you agree or disagree with that statement? You know, them two went disagree. I essentially disagree, but for the sake of argument, to try to get an agree in there, I went agree. But I said, like we said, there's 4 teams in this division. There's 5, but there's 4 teams in this division that can all win this division.
Sure.
So what separates you? Well, Bryce Harper would separate you. Craig Kimbrell, right? If you get the right deal, can separate you.
Dallas Keuchel.
Like with Dallas Keuchel and a Kimbrell combined, and you don't get Harper, separates you, puts you to me as the best team in the NL East.
Even a Gio. I mean, like, it's a left-handed starter that you haven't had since Hamels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there goes. That says a lot. It doesn't matter, if he's better than Keuchel or if you like him or not. Or,
you know what's funny? I was looking back at that. Like, we went through a whole year last year with only Ranger Suarez as our left-handed starter. And you look back at when we had the 4 aces. But the year we won the World Series, we had Hamels and a bunch of jabrones.
Yeah.
But what was Hamels? He's the lefty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't have to – like, we had 4 aces, but they're all righties.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, except for Cliff, but he, thanks Cliff for 4-0.
No, but it's just,
but I'm never going to forget that, no.
It's a different
But
look,
it's,
you know what I mean?
when you had Hamels and a bunch of Jeromes, but at least your dog was a lefty.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you were able to, like, screw up a lineup at least once every 5 games.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's a different look. It neutralizes a lot of lefties. You know what I mean? Like, if a team is left-handed dominant and they don't
he was filthy enough he could do it to both sides.
Yeah. And if a guy's not splitting his guys up, he's got 3 lefties in a row, boom, right there, it's huge. It's huge.
Oh, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. The lefty's more important than the righty in this lineup, in terms of lineup and in the rotation as well.
Yeah.
That other lefty's so important. And, I think Keuchel and Kimbrell make you the best team in the NL East. I'll keep saying that. I mean, the additions of Keuchel and Kimbrell, to me, solidify because your 8-9 is game the fuck over. So that just makes you.
You're 7-8 now.
Oh, I know. I didn't even want to go that far.
You know what I mean?
Because I didn't even want to go that far. I agree with you. I wasn't even need to go that far yet.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of pieces in this bullpen, and that piece right there, to me, does more for you than Harper. Like, to me, Kimbrell does more for you than Harper. Because he's so important. The last 3 outs, the hardest 3 outs to get in baseball.
Yeah.
So if I got the best guy in baseball to close the fuck out, I'm in a pretty good situation. Right. Pretty good one.
And can you imagine Citizens Bank Park, everyone doing that?
Oh, it'd be wild. If I'm him, I go get Harper, and then I reach right out to Kimbrell after.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go win a World fucking Series.
Yeah, that's just why everybody's like really kind of dumbfounded. You know what I mean? Because when you said the stupid money thing, it's like, you thought you were going to go for 7 anyway, so you got a discount. You know what I mean? If you weren't going to go,
I was going $1 billion.
Go for 7.
Okay,
I know, but I'm saying let's say 7.
Just take Comcast's money and just be like, here you go.
Let's just say 7. Right?
The whole TV deal.
So if you had, if you still get Harper for 4, that still leaves you $300 that you were going to spend anyway.
Yeah. Well, listen, to me, this is how I up an ante, right? Because Bryce Harper alone doesn't make me feel like this team is going to win a World Series yet. Okay. Can we agree there?
Yeah.
We all agree on that statement? But you go get me a Kimbrell, too. I'm just going to say Kimbrell for right now. You go get me a Kimbrell, too. This is the best team in the NL. It's the best team in the fucking NL that quick because of the bullpen. We know how important that is. And the offense is going to hit, right? So the best team in the NL. You go get me Keuchel then? You go get stupid money. Okay? Spend stupid money. You grab me Keuchel too. You say to Boston, because they're the defending champs. Fuck New York for a second. You say to Boston, hey.
Hey, girl.
Hey, guys. Hey, looking forward to seeing you in October, babe. Good to have you, New York. We'll fucking blow you off the map if we see you, so we ain't worried. But Boston, hey, girl. Hey. Yeah, I'm dancing like my dad. There's a new show pony in the dance. Let's fucking go. Let's go. You spend stupid money. Spend stupid money.
Bye, Felicia.
Right? I like Andrew McCutcheon. I like the Segura, obviously. I love Segura. Realmuto, love Realmuto. Harper, Keuchel, Kimbrel. You go get fucking 6 additions that make you the best team in the NL and odds-on favorite to represent the National League in the World Series. That simple. That's all it is. Now you got to go take care of it on the field. Yeah. But shit on paper, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck everybody. we talk about Cardinals, damn good baseball. Fuck you. Yep. Right? I mean, we talk about division. Fuck y'all. Right? I mean, these are big-time acquisitions. Because I'm saying 7. What? Fuck it. My stars only got to go 5, bitch. And I hate that soft shit. But my stars, you only got to go 5, girl. Yeah. You only got to go 5. Because 6, 7, 8, 9, it's a wrap, motherfucker. Rap talk. Because you got the lefties that were big-time additions in this pen. Tommy Hunter, who had an off year but still a vet. Yeah. Nishak's still here. I mean, you got
Uncle Charlie.
You got arms.
Listen,
you got arms in your back
end.
end.
To figure out how to use these guys too.
Yeah, that's a big part of it too.
Big part of it.
Maybe that's why Klentak's scared about Kimbrel. He's like, fuck this guy. This guy will start pitching this fucking guy in the 7th. We're gonna do the starter, the reliever starter. Come on, Craig.
Craig's like, did you just play my music? Fucking taking a shit. It's the 4th inning. Oh, fuck, man. I didn't even get a tug yet. I'm waiting for Kraft. I'm waiting for Robert Kraft to show up.
This is why you don't take the money. This is why you don't. It's not all about the money. That's Craig sitting on the shitter.
It was the Phillies that were doing that.
Yeah. Come back home,
imagine
baby.
if he came back around and they were doing that, it was a positive thing.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't getting a hit in that. You ain't hitting in that.
If
you hitting that, there's like 5 guys that I can name that can hit in that. In the whole league. 5 guys that get under when everybody in the stadium. 5 guys. Trouty, Betts, Arenado, and now I'm searching. I'm not going to say Goldie because he's next to me. Goldie's not hitting. Goldie hits. There's guys. But you know what else I forgot on that team who had an up and down year? I know he did, but I'm a big fan of him, though, still, Ozuna. And you put Goldie in that lineup with Ozuna.
That's a crazy thing. Like that.
How good was that Marlins outfield?
Marlins outfield.
Remember we talked about that a couple years back? I said, dude, me and Wilson used to argue. It's the best outfield in baseball. Yes. The worst team in baseball, but the best outfield in baseball. Because that outfield will fucking rake you up and down. Because the best player nobody even talked about. The best player was Yelich.
Yeah.
Out of the whole group.
That chapped my ass last year.
Yep.
The
slump that Goldie was in last year, does that concern you guys that could come back? Well, I mean, it wouldn't concern. It's a St. Louis problem, but do you think that could come back maybe? Or
well, it concerns me. I got him in fantasy if I keep him.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but he did bounce. He ended up having a good year
after
that.
No, he was up and down.
He bounced back.
He was up and down.
It was a long period. It was almost
he struggled.
2 months. He could not hit the broadside of a ball.
No, he struggled. I remember having him. He was bad. He was bad, and he was like, wow, is he coming to the end of it? No, I didn't think I think he hits. I think he's in a better lineup now, too. Yeah. I don't think I know. So that when we talk about protection and the importance of that, I think he has a fucking monster year. And plus, we know all these guys like Sweet Size, his word pigs. We know they're all fucking pigs. So he knows he's coming up on the end of the deal. When motherfuckers know they're coming up sooner than the end of the deals, they start hitting.
Yeah.
That's 6 straight months of hitting. Yeah. These fucking dudes figure it out when money's about to be on the line.
Yeah, they don't go hungry.
Nope. Look at Machado last year. No. Machado, if he doesn't say stupid shit, probably gets paid 5.
Yeah.
He probably gets paid 5 because he had a fucking great year. He had a great year going both places. The team he went to, who traded for him, got to the destination they were trying to get to. Just keep your fucking mouth shut. San Diego's got to give you half the franchise. I don't know what the rest of that. But I'll say $1 billion. Say $1 billion, they got to give you $500 million. You don't have the fucking franchise. Stock talk. All right, fam. We'll take a quick break. Everybody on Twitter, Instagram, come on back over to the other side. Be a quick second half.
Stay there.
Okay, we're going to talk some Sixers. The fuck else are we talking about?
Little Flyers.
Yeah. Rob's in the house, so we'll give a little Flyers love. I'm a Flyers junk, but, because I'm a Flyers junk last night because it was a great event.
Yeah.
Crumb of the week, who could be Mr. fucking Slickback. I'm not telling you who my crumb is, but he could be my crumb. The combination of him, his agent, and his wife.
Wife talk, huh?
Yeah, I believe it.
Wife talk.
I believe half the reason Machado fucking signed with the Padres, knowing what the White Sox offered him, was because of the fiance.
Could be.
I will fuck you. Could fucking book that shit. Book that.
That's a bad brother. Fucking yonder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Yonder.
That's smack. Come on. I'd be like, come on.
No, maybe she wanted no parts of the brother-in-law, and then maybe she said, you know what? I don't want these guys on 81 days out of the year
traveling to hell,
running around
no.
together because they're smacking every Latino around. And I don't mean Kareem Hunt
keep an eye on
smacking.
'em.
I mean like
You can keep an eye on 'em.
50 Shades of Grey. You know, you put all these fucking guys in a locker room together.
He can keep, that's all the more reason he can keep an eye on.
Maybe not.
Oh, no, he's the problem.
Oh my! So in a bachelor party, he just fucking.
One,
Yonder, what's up, buddy?
What I'm saying, I say maybe she knows
Yonder
Yonder's a dog.
Maybe he likes to watch.
That's what, well, man.
Jesus, that's it, bro.
Well, watch game.
We're going to San Diego. Fuck out of here.
Maybe she knows Yonder's a dog.
Yeah.
Maybe she's like, my brother's a fucking crump.
Hey, don't get me started on John Jay. Don't get me started on John Jay.
He puts his dick in everything. Right? Isn't it her brother? Isn't Alonso her brother?
Yes.
Yeah. So my brother puts his dick in everything. I ain't trusting that. You're staying right out here. We're staying where we are because I'm getting IG deals. People are hitting me up. I'm on the West Coast, baby. I'm 2-hour ride from Rodeo, and fuck you. That's really 4.
Yeah,
But
it's 4
Like, I know you. She's like, I know you, Yonder. You don't even wear a cup. You dirty motherfucker.
and real quick, and before we sign off, because we're going to get into other things, but San Diego, not as much traffic, and even close to what you're getting out in L.A.
Yeah.
So for them to go travel down there and be like, oh, we got somewhere in 10 minutes like we're supposed to, and Palm Trees,
And I'm not going to get shot up in Baltimore?
yeah, done deal. Agree, disagree. HD Radio, Real Talk Studios. Everybody on Instagram and Twitter. Head over to YouTube for second half. Talking a little 10-9-8, Stadium Series, and Crumb of the Week. See you in a few.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi. Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Agree to disagree. We are live from the Real Talk Studios, family. Like we are every Sunday night. We're brought to you by our doc, Make 'em Yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton, New Jersey are the locations.
Where is the doc?
Except most major insurances. Doc got a lot of running around to do this weekend, and obviously I hit him with before the show in our delay because of Zuckerberg being a crumb.
Yeah.
Before our delay there, I told him 9:40 initially, and he just long day. So, Doc always calls in. And guess what? There's nothing. Besides, we would have just been hitting him with Joel Embiid. That's all we were going to be talking about was asking about Joel Embiid, which is going to tie into our next topic anyway. And this is about the time where the Doc was going to call in, too. So we'll sort of answer the Doc's questions because we're now Doc certified.
Yes.
So now we're allowed to answer them questions and give you a doctor assessment. But to our poll, if you're just joining us, which you can vote for if you're in the YouTube chat family, right up in the corner, little icon. I think it's a goddamn eye. I believe. I'm just that good on social. I believe it's an eye. Click on it. Vote on our poll question. Every Sunday, it's an agree or disagree. You listen to A2D Radio, agree or disagree, the flagship, catch on, baby. As currently constructed, the Phillies will win the NL East. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Chime in. Join the debate. And anything's open, obviously, for conversation besides what we're going to. And that's the Sixers sure as hell miss Joel Embiid.
Yes,
and, 1-1 without him. But yesterday's loss really showed me something. And more so than any time before. Because I always believe he's the carrier of this team and this franchise. But yesterday was like an effort game. And with Joel, I really – you give up 19 offensive rebounds. Let me be clear to people right now.
Not rebounds.
Not
Offensive
rebounds. Offensive rebounds. 19. You better lose by 20, first off.
Yeah.
Second off, let me guarantee you something. I don't believe when this guy's ever been on the court that we've given up, that we've ever given up even half of that many offensive rebounds when he's on the court. But consistently, we're not giving up that many offensive rebounds. We're lucky we give up a couple when he's on the court. When he's on the court, he's that good. He's that good of a rebounder. And things like that go overlooked, right? He's aggressive. He's not a take-a-play-off guy. He's just not. It's not built. No, he's built.
Well, I wish you would have took off All-Star Weekend.
Me too.
Yes,
Me too. That's where I would like.
Ties in your point.
Yep. Not a take-off guy. And I almost
He
want.
takes off his shirt.
Yeah, you know what that is. You know that curse. That curse we're seeing now. But no, it's up. You know what it does to me, and I feel bad because I got the family excited. I really fucking did. I came on here, and there was almost a start of a run towards the street known as Broad. And
are you backpedaling?
No, I'm just
Okay.
I'm still standing by what I'm saying. But a lot of that air in that balloon went out a little bit just because he's not playing right now. You know what I mean? And that loss yesterday hurts because you don't lose that game like that with him in the lineup. You might lose the game, but you're not losing the game like that.
Especially at home.
At home.
Yeah.
Especially at home.
We're just a real good basketball team at home.
We need to compete. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
No.
disgusting.
And some guys need to step up on a guy who's one of my alphas, one of my guys, and that's Jimmy. I need to see more. I need to see more, especially with the
9
absence
shots.
of Joel Embiid.
9
shots.
shots. Be a pig.
Yeah, be a pig a little.
Yeah.
Like, I know
Yeah,
you're
it
trying
comes
not
to-
to be a
no,
pig.
No, exactly.
Do that when Joel's
But I
playing.
need
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But
yeah,
you
yeah.
need that.
Do that when Joel's playing. Don't be a pig.
Yeah.
Take 12
Yeah.
shots.
Take
When
9,
Joel's
12
not,
shots when
when
Joe's
Joel's
there.
not
Yeah.
fucking playing, can you please shoot the ball 16 times?
Put up 50.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
50 shots. I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah, 25.
You know what I
don't
mean?
care,
Like-
dude, absolutely.
And I love the guy. You know,
Yeah,
I
I
absolutely
didn't
love
watch
him.
much of the game, but I did
Yeah,
see
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
just like,
Yep.
come on, Jim.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, and then, you know, and you go back a couple games, like late in the game against, who did they play on Tuesday night or Monday night?
The Knicks before this?
No, just who they came back. Whoever it was. But he got to the rack twice, and he missed the layup on the one, or he missed the layup both, but he didn't get fouled on either. And it's just like, I need one of each. I either need one or the other.
Yeah.
Either make the layup or get me the foul. You know, and I think it's a little bit of the transition with Brett trying to run the offense through him, and he's still trying to process, you know, hey, maybe when do I take the game over? When do I not take the game over? And, you know, that's all fine and good, but, you know, in those situations, you got to be a basketball player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rolls and whatever.
Yes.
When you're getting to the rack, that stuff's got to be out the window. You either got to finish hard
Yeah.
or get hammered.
No, absolutely. I agree 1,000%. The days of worrying about stepping on toes are over, right? You're going to
You're
stay.
Jimmy Butler.
Or you're going to resign or not. I mean, listen, I love him. You love him. All right? But you got to be assertive, all right? You can't. Don't be a fucking mouse, bro. I got no time for that. You know what I mean? You know, we're your biggest fans, all right? We're telling everybody, you know, that you're not a bad teammate, you know, and
that's
I
been
still
clear.
believe that. You
And
know
that's
what I mean?
been clear.
That's not
Let's
what
be
I'm
clear.
saying.
That's been
But
clear.
Let's be
Hasn't been a
assertive.
bad
You gotta
teammate
be,
here.
no.
No.
But you got to be assertive. All right, you
Guys
also
love
can't. You can't be the fucking fourth option either. You know what I mean?
No.
Let's
And
go.
I love
You know,
Tobias, Jimmy.
If
but
we're
you're-
gonna play through Joe when he's here, that's fine.
I
All
love
right? You should be the
Tobias.
second option. Come
I
on.
love
That
Tobias.
guy's a facilitator.
Yeah.
I love Tobias.
scores by accident.
But Jimmy can score as more of a scorer.
Sure.
Jimmy should be. Over his
should
career,
be.
he has
Yeah,
been.
yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, and as much as I love Tobias, but Tobias shouldn't be the option before you, Jimmy.
Right.
So, and different
the
games
only
call
way-
for different measures.
The
you
only
know?
the only way Tobias is an option over Jimmy is if you're in a long range game, because Tobias is obviously a better long range shooter than Jimmy. But you're right, pure scorer. Jimmy should have that wrapped up every day of the week. You know what I mean? To your point, and especially if he's going to have the ball in his hands, like Brett is making that out to be. Which, you know, hey, I don't blame him. You know, put the ball in one of your top guys' hands, a guy who, you know, is going to want max money and is supposed to be that guy.
That's
you know,
what I'm
he's
saying.
supposed to be that guy.
Yep.
As long as JoJo's out, we don't know how long that is, dude. You got to ride this guy, ride him. Dude,
Yeah.
let's go. I mean, you know,
No, we
Tobias.
learned something. Can we learn
Tobias
something?
ended up. You know, he showed up on the scene this year. We know he's been a good player his whole career, but he's really showed out this year. All right, so it was a huge pickup for us. JJ's what he is. We know that. Ben is a facilitator. You know what I mean? If the other alpha is not playing, you got to be the alpha.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's why we went out
You
and
know what I
got
mean?
you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's why we went out and got you,
listen,
and-
great point, and I'm with you 1,000%. So
So I just,
we'll
you
see
know.
how it goes. There's
I need-
22 left.
Yeah,
Then we
yeah.
get to 55, 17,
Is he
and
playing tomorrow?
17 and 5.
Is he playing tomorrow in New Orleans?
Can we get? Can
Or
we
is he
get
still
there?
out?
Who?
Joe.
He's still
It's
out.
a week, bro. I guess a week from Thursday.
Ooh, so it was a week
Whatever.
from last. Yeah.
Whenever he came
Because our
back.
next game is tomorrow against New Orleans.
Nah, he's done.
Yeah, he's done for a sec.
He doesn't play either.
Does that concern you, or is it
No,
kind of a blessing in disguise?
I don't even think he's banged up. I just think it's load management, and they're just trying to keep him fresh for the playoffs. They
Yeah, I mean,
figured it-
going into the
they
fucking
figured if they
stands
get-
against the Knicks didn't help. You
Yeah,
know what
I think
mean?
they
Playing
figure
the
if they
All-Star
give him-
game didn't help.
They figure if they can give him a little bit more time off, he's gonna be stronger playoff time. So I think it's just something. I think it's something they're thinking.
Kind of where I was at, but
You know, they're not as worried about the seating. They worry
But
about
he
a
didn't
health.
look good
They're
in the
worried.
All-Star game either,
They're-
like upright-wise.
Yeah,
He
well, you
kinda-
saw it a
he
little bit with
kinda
the
looked a little
back.
gimp in the
So
All-Star game,
if
so-
we-
well, if they would have came out and
Yeah,
said
it-
back, I would have been more.
Yeah.
I would have been okay. But when they go back to a knee now, because you're right, it was back early.
Yeah.
Now it's back to the knee, and I know they said no structural damage, and I get all that.
But he didn't look right. No.
But go back to your back if it's just a load management thing. You know what I mean? Go back to something we know that you were already working on. Don't give me something new. As soon as you give me something new, now I'm going to be like, okay, I'm a little worried now.
Yeah, I really truly believe that it's nothing serious at all because they got MRIs on it.
Sure.
And that all came back good. That it really is just like, you know what? Whatever seed we are, we're not going far unless he's
there
fully
anyway.
100%. So with the back and a little bit of knee, because with the back comes the knee.
Sure.
So it's like, okay, let's just shut him down for a minute. We still got a damn good basketball team out here that should be able to win games because we have an easier schedule down the stretch here. We did it the second half last year.
Right.
Without him, we went on a little bit of run. So you hope you can do some of that. But let me tell you something. I don't know about this bench. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot still left to be desired with this bench. I mean, Zaire should be back. Zaire will be back soon. You hope that gives you a little life. Gives you some more a young athletic guy.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, that's chemistry there too.
Well, you're right. I mean, it comes down to that chemistry. You know, we're working. We're still trying to figure out the starting five.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, would Joe?
You should never have that problem that you're talking about from yesterday with your bench guys, right? There should never be an energy, should never be an effort. It should never fucking be, playing the game fucking balls out from your bench guys, right?
You're right.
Fucking, and you're in the NBA for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a bench guy. I mean, you're in your role for a reason.
Hit a couple threes,
you know what I mean? Like,
tee it up.
You should always bring effort and passion and fucking defense and do the little things, right? And that's what we need from our bench. We don't need fucking superstars, all right? There's nobody that has, fucking superstars on their bench. Guys that have great benches, they all know their role.
It really rolls.
Yeah. Right, and then the rotations and then their head coach puts them in a proper rotation.
I need Jonathan Simmons to score the basketball more.
Yeah.
That's something I need off my bench. It's something, not that he's like this great scorer, but he's been able to.
You don't want him to part the Red Sea. It's not who he is.
But he's had games where he can give you double digits. I'm not asking him to drop me 20.
Right.
I'm asking him to give me 8 to 10.
Yeah.
I can't have games. I can't have. That's what he averages. So I can't have 2 3-point games in 20 minutes of action. Again, be a little bit more assertive. And
especially
some of these guys that's their game. Like you watch any tape on him in Orlando, any highlights, it's him being assertive.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying there's many, but there was. I mean, I watched this whole thing because I just wanted to see some of the shots he was getting off, and if he created his own shot, like I thought he could a little bit. And I'm not crowning him. But we're talking about bench guys. I need 8. Give me 8.
Well, especially
Can
because
I get 8?
One of your main bench guys is now starting in Boban.
And he traded number 1 pick to get the guy, essentially. Not to get him, but to get rid of him.
Right.
And he came back. Like, give me 8.
Yeah.
Give me 8. That's what Markel was giving us last year.
Just somebody come off the bench that can shoot the basketball.
Besides TJ, like TJ's an energy. TJ's an energy and effort guy. If he gives you points, it's a plus. But he's an energy effort guy. So I need other guys like Mike Scott. You started to figure it out. He
shot the ball well yesterday.
Yeah. but he started to figure it out. The later half before he got traded, he started to shoot the ball low. Here coming back and Ennis. And who else am I missing? I know I'm missing another wing that's like the exact same player. No, right? Is that it?
Yeah,
that's it. Just Korkmaz's hurt.
Yeah, Corky's hurt.
Yeah. You
but it's funny. I was watching. You're talking about roles and depth, right? I was watching a video, probably an older one with Cowherd interviewing Gary Payton about his time at the Heat.
Yeah.
And how he's like, they were like, why'd you go? He goes, because Pat Riley gave me a defined role. He goes, I knew I wasn't going in there to be the guy. And he said after they struggled, this is when they won the championship with Wade his rookie or second year.
Yeah.
2005.
He said, he said,
With
I
the
called
Diesel.
it. He said, we were struggling. And he said, once we figured out what our roles were going forward and how, hey, Diesel, you're going to do what you do.
Yeah.
But we're not winning unless we go through this kid. And everybody else followed suit. And that was exactly your point. Yeah. The bench guys, you should never have an issue with energy and effort.
Yeah.
You should never. Now, can you score the ball in a given night? That you're going to have an issue there.
Yeah.
But your energy and effort should never be an issue because you know your role, or you should know your role.
You should never get outworked.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
And
you're
JJ,
outworked on
and JJ's a problem on the court when he's not scoring. right? I mean, then JJ becomes a huge liability when you talk about your starting five. He becomes a huge liability in a game like yesterday where he didn't score basketball.
Yeah.
He struggled,
Absolutely.
and he
Can't
got
guard nobody.
and he can't guard nobody.
Nah,
And
exactly.
So that's a guy you need dropping you 20 or he's useless.
Absolutely.
And I can't expect Brett to pull him or to pull him out, but
I hope he shoots his way out of it.
yeah,
absolutely.
but there is certain times that I think down the stretch here because you have other scoring that you say, you know what, come sit down, let's get. And I think he did a little bit of that. You know, late in the game.
It was the Heat the other night. Sorry,
The Heat. Late in the game with the Heat, he made defensive substitutions, which were good.
Yeah.
So, and then people started blaming him for the loss yesterday. And it's like, bro, again, like, you know, you can beat a Heat team without Joel Embiid. You're not beating a 4 or 5 seed out west without Joel Embiid like consistently.
Bobby showed up and he ate Whiteside for lunch.
And he put up Joe.
And we hung on and won that game. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he filled that role there. Yesterday
Absolutely.
he did nothing. And when you give up 19 offensive rebounds, you're being out-hussed and there's no fucking toughness, right?
Yep.
So hopefully that was discussed and we'll see how they come out tomorrow, right? And I would expect
You don't get your doors blown. You don't get your doors blown off when you're playing back-to-backs.
You
You should never get your doors blown off at home.
I would expect a different basketball team tomorrow. You know what I mean? At least from that aspect. You know what I mean?
In New Orleans.
Because after like 8 to 10, you know, somebody's getting a forearm in the throat. You know what I mean? That's just the way I roll.
That's
You know
why I
what
like
mean?
Mike Scott.
You know, you
right
can jump.
into
You
shit.
might can jump over me, right? But you're gonna get a forearm in the throat. It's just not gonna happen 19 times. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
What a crazy
I mean that's
number.
that's where toughness is. When you give up 19
Yeah.
offensive rebounds, you can only point to one thing: energy, effort, and there's nothing else because that team outworked you in every aspect of rebounding, which is the biggest energy effort thing in the world. I mean, Dennis Rodman couldn't fucking play basketball worth a lick, but he'd bring you energy, effort, and fucking best rebounder of all time. And wasn't 7 foot. So that's why that excuse for me has always been that ball's gonna go up in the air. You want it more than the guy you're playing against, and a lot of that's great positioning down there. But a lot of it's just, how about I go over somebody's fucking back for a minute now?
One of our favorite guys of all time, Charles. 6'6". Come on. Dude.
Rebounded the fucking shit out of the basketball.
Chuck murdered you, man.
Go up and get it.
Not even offensively. Just Chuck murdered you.
Go up and get it.
Every ball Chuck got. You know?
But it just shows you how important Joel Embiid is.
Yes.
He's an MVP caliber player, and he carries you in every way. And just you see some of the production from other guys when he's not in. Look at J.J. Redick's numbers when Joel Embiid's not in the lineup. Take a little peek at that this year. Not good.
I'm sure.
Not good.
Well, no, because JJ,
that pick and roll.
JJ can't necessarily create his own.
That pick and roll creates so much. People always fucking I hate Embiid always out there. Because the fucking pick and roll, babe. Because the fucking pick and roll with your best shooter. Will you fucking understand basketball? Christ. He runs Joel with pick and rolls with everybody, motherfucker. Because he wants to create space for all these scorers.
You can go back to even
everybody in the league runs pick and rolls all day. Oh, it's all the league is picking fucking rolls. What's that he get? Pick and roll here. Dribble handoffs, pick and rolls. And then everybody gets on Brett for dribble handoff, pick and rolls. It's the fucking same thing the whole league's doing.
Boston kills us with it.
Yeah.
But they just put JJ in it.
And the fucking greatest coach of all time got his doors blown off the other day, too.
Yeah.
Greatest coach of all time. And guess who was back on the lineup? The fucking crumb bum. Crumb cake. Kyrie was back. And doors get blown the fuck off. I would have fucking doubt him in a heartbeat. I would have gave back whatever you wanted to give me. I'm telling you, he's a fucking piece of shit. He's a piece of shit.
I don't disagree.
Absolutely.
He's a fucking me fucking little. He's not even a pig, full pig. He's a piglet. Little piglet.
And now the rumors, rumors of the Lakers. You wanted to be away from Daddy.
Yeah,
you can only win with Daddy.
Now Daddy,
you can't carry your own fucking organization, buddy. So. Now come crawling back. Come crawling back, you know what I mean?
Or New York
Space Jam 3. Yeah.
He's
got to have another superstar.
Yeah.
Have some with him.
Yeah, now you're best friends again.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I'm saying.
Because you realize, like, shit, man, do I really want to fuck with the best player in the world, too? Like, do I really want to fuck the best player in the game? A guy's going to be around this game forever, even when he retires. I want to really go down that road. You know what I mean? Be blackballed by this crumb bum, too. But, no, I mean, he Sweep's right. He ran right to Daddy. Where you want me in LA next year? I'll come. Or KD, you won't go fucking play in New York and take that city over, then let's go. But I don't want that to happen. We can all go out fucking west.
Yeah.
Everybody go out fucking west. You don't want to play.
Go west, young man.
You don't want to play. You don't want to play in the east in the wintertime. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
Madison Square Garden ain't that great.
Nah, fucking Wells Fargo's better, so they can all suck on it. Dick suck. Talk.
Well, Kawhi's probably leaving, so we would probably hope that the Raptors are done. You know?
Yeah. They're not. Yeah, he's going. He's probably gonna go to the Clippers. I think he's gonna go to the Clippers. I think
they're gonna be a
likes.
scary team.
I think because he's so fucking soft. I think he likes the step brother. You know what I mean? Like he'd rather play for the step brother than the big boy. Than the main, you know what I mean?
He's a pimp.
He's a little no, but he's a pimp. But I just think he likes under the radar.
Yeah.
Like so, he wants to be in L.A., but he doesn't want to play for the glamour that is the Lakers.
He enjoys being a drummer boy.
Yeah, he'd rather just say, you know what, I'm back here winning 55, 60 games a year.
Sing,
yep.
You
I'll
sing,
see you in the playoffs.
Tommy, you sing, and I'll just be over here on the drums.
No, he's fucking he's filthy.
Yeah,
he's filthy, and he make the Clippers into a 60-win team next year if he goes there because he's that good.
And they got money too to spend.
And that's where I think he's going.
Money to spend.
And I think that's part of their deal with Tobias because they know they can't afford it when it does come up. So it's like, all right, because we're going all in on Kawhi and another superstar.
Yeah,
and I think the Clippers might end up being the new Lake show. Before the Lakers are.
Yeah, two good guys to play for. You know, Ballmer and
Doc.
And no, I meant like owners, Cuban. Like,
I
would love playing for those guys.
Oh, absolutely. And I would love to play for Doc too.
Yeah,
you know, especially you know that his son parted ways there. You know, it makes that
Jerry
situation.
West is still sniffing around, right? Is he the GM?
Who came out and reported they
Jerry West
banged
is
his
the GM,
daughter?
right? Or is he sniffing around? He's got to be a consultant.
Was he the GM of the Clippers?
Or he's got a hand in it. Jerry's involved
he's
somewhere.
like an advisor. I thought something like that. Someone came out recently though and said,
"What does that mean? Do you sign a contract for that, or do they just call you on the phone?
Banging
How's that work?
Oh Jesus!
How's that work, Sweeps? Can they just like how's that work? You're just like what'd you say he was?
Jerry Wilson,
like an advisor.
Yeah, how's that work? Like, is there a contract about that, or is it just we call you 2 in the morning because we got a question for you?
What an executive board?
He's a board member. Okay,
that's like
I'm just curious.
Like
because advisor means, am I open 24 hours a day for your call for me to advise you?
July they entered the Jerry West drafting area.
But no, Clippers are a team that can look to spend a bunch of money next year. But I still believe in this team. I still think with Joel we're fucking dangerous, and we'll see how it plays out. I mean, listen, playoff basketball is different than the regular season. I would love for this team, you know, to go win a game tomorrow night and be 2-1 without Joel Embiid, and you would take that.
Seth Curry.
Oh, jeez.
Engaged to Doc Rivers' daughter. Sorry.
Oh, jeez.
Good for him.
That's legal. Seth.
Good for him, Seth. Just begging to be his brother. It's a shame.
Austin.
I mean, how bad is that for him? You know what I mean? Like, that's got to be tough. To be the other guy, the other brother, to a superstar, and the guy just wins titles. Like you're not another brother to an all-star. You're the other brother.
He's a good shooter too.
He can stroke it too.
It's like being Jim Belushi.
I mean, Steph's the best that ever shot the basketball. It's coming down to that.
I love Jimmy though.
You know, and I know Ray can shoot it. I know Ray can shoot it, and Reggie can shoot it, and there's so many guys who can flat out stroke it. But why I say Steph is going to end up being the best shooter of all time is because of the range. It's because of how he changed the range of the three-point shot. Because this motherfucker's shooting it from 5 feet, 6 feet, 8 feet back, and now other guys are trying to do the same thing, which makes the normal three-point shot just like, okay, everybody shoots that well.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's more the range that you can make the argument down the road that, okay, that was the best shooter of a 30-year stretch, hypothetically. You know what I mean?
I don't think
there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of fun talk about that when his career's done because of the rings.
Well, the numbers are there, so I mean, but it's just you know, the era we live in now. You know what I mean? So it's always what have you done for me now? So all the millennials and all the guys like that, everything's fresh. You know, LeBron's the best, Curry's the best, all these guys are the best. It's like, and I'm not trying to date myself. You know, I mean, I am old as fuck, but. You know, I've seen all those guys, and that's when the league played defense, all right? And that's not taking anything away from Steph. I mean, you still got to fucking be an absolute sharpshooter, right? But Reggie and those guys and fucking Larry and And fucking Ray did it with a guy up in your junk, man. They had to create their own fucking shot. You know what I mean? They had to come off screens. You know what I mean? Like try coming off a fucking screen. Like, you know, Steph pulls from anywhere. Don't get me wrong, but he's not. You know, I don't know. It's just those guys are special. You know what I mean?
So, they always
not
will
that
be.
he isn't. You know what I mean?
They always will be because
Yeah.
you know there wasn't 140.
I mean,
there wasn't 140, 125 games.
I mean, just look at the physical size difference. You look at a guy like Steve Kerr and Mark Price, right? They couldn't make it in today's NBA. But they did back then because they could create their own shot. They can run off screens, and they were drop dead on.
Yeah. All right, let's shift gears.
No,
Stadium Series was great. We don't even need to get into it. It was a great win for the Flyers.
Yeah, big win.
It was a season on the line win.
Yeah,
Your season's over. You lose that. Now you're 6 out of a playoff spot. You know, you could double dip that at the 10 if you lose. You know what I mean? Hypothetically.
Especially to Pittsburgh in that situation.
Yeah. So you could double dip that to a 10, 10 points out. So it's huge, that 4-point difference essentially swing. Right, where you're at now with 6. So, definitely looking up. We'll see if Simmons is traded over the next.
Sounds like it's heating up.
Over the next couple of days. It seems like players think he will be. And we'll see what that return is.
That was a cool scene in the locker room, though, if you watch the video.
Yeah.
That was a cool scene.
Yeah, knowing the guy's gone. Yeah, it was cool. And it was a great win. And Giroux fucking,
You know what's funny? Like,
he'll do that
in the
shit.
conditions, I mean, like you said, the magnitude of it, clinging to a playoff hope, you know what I mean? Down 3-1. I mean, you pull your goalie and then it's outside and the fucking ice is choppy.
Because it's not even just Pittsburgh. I mean, you see Columbus, who was potentially going to be a seller, has now become a buyer. That's another team that you got to get ahead of. Sabres just picked up a defenseman today. They're still trying to crawl it in. You got Montreal that's in that wild card spot too. So it's more than just Pittsburgh. You get too far behind, you already dug the hole early in the season that you're not coming out of.
Yeah, it's a big win, but then the next, your next night out is just as important of a game.
Yeah. It was funny. I was sitting there watching the game.
You got to get up for that.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's missing? You look on one side, and Crosby was involved in everything that Pittsburgh did. And then I'm not saying G had a bad game, but G was wasn't there.
I sometimes forgot he was playing.
And then all of a sudden, but when you needed it, he made the play. And
it's a young hockey team.
No, they are young.
No, I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying, just to your point, we got some guys on here that can be real good NHL players, and I think they just a little more seasoning, but I love that they're up. That's the big thing for me. I love that they're up. It's not about this year. This year will be listen, it's just gravy you make the playoffs this year. But now if you can bring back some young talent that really makes you better by trading Wayne Simmons, even though I really love Wayne, I do it in a heartbeat. If I can bring back young talent that's NHL ready, I do it in a heartbeat because it makes me deeper and stronger. Even though I think he's like a 5'2" NHL player, if there is one. You know what I mean? I think he skates well enough for a big guy. He can score goals. He can fight if you want to add that into one.
Yeah.
He can hit you. And I know I'm missing one. Maybe shoot, whatever it is.
He's decent with his puck handling skills.
Yeah,
not the best, but it's a tool.
Yeah, just whatever, big physical, but he's almost like a 5'2" hockey player in a way. So you think you should be able to get a good amount back, right, Rob? Should we?
I think you could because of his last 2 weeks. He's stepped up his game. Sort of either showcasing his skills or showcasing them to the Flyers. Like, look, don't trade me because. Specifically before the Stadium Series game, I was like, yes, you could move away in Simmons because you have all those tools, and now JVR back with the team. So it's sort of redundant to have both of them. Trade a Wayne where you could fill some of the other holes. But what you saw in that Stadium Series game is something that JVR can't do. The big hit that changes the landscape of the game. Yeah. With that one hit, we took down, and I mean, you're not trying to hurt people, but the after effect was they lost their top 2 defensemen, their top D pair was out of that game, and that's why, in my opinion, that's why they came back and won this game because the other guys who averaged maybe 16 to 19 minutes per game were in the mid-20s. You knew they were going to fade in the last 5 minutes of the game.
In a weird condition, too.
Yeah.
But no, a huge win, 70,000 people in the house at the link, and Philly sells out again. That's what we fucking do here. So don't question ever the fanhood or the love. People chiming in. Gritty streaking was amazing. Chris says.
Coming down from the rafters, too.
Will Middlebrook says Kyrie is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He agrees. He said he thinks Sixers are fine as well. But let's get into our crumb of the week before we get too caught up in Fly Guys.
Yeah.
I'll start it if you want me to. It's a combo. but they're related. It's Harper and Boris right now. It's just and you can add the rest of Major League Baseball into it if you want to too. I did everything in, everything in, because everybody's just it's a mess. I said it last week. I'll fucking bring it up. They'll be my crumb every fucking week. I don't give a fuck. Okay, all right. You're ruining something that used to be so special. You're driving more people away because of it's a cold stove. Instead of it being exciting, and you think this makes baseball relevant, this pisses people off. Okay? If it would have ended at the fucking beginning of fucking February, okay, it wouldn't piss people off as much. Right. Make sense? It would be like, okay, it's over. Everybody's locked up. We're good to go. We're all around baseball, right? And nobody's tired of it. But this makes people tiresome. It tires people out. I'm a fucking baseball guy. It's tiring me to fuck out. Like, I hear about this guy every fucking day. Yeah. It's almost making me dislike him even more. So him, Boris, and everybody, how much fucking money do you fucking need, dude? Like, I get it. Your lifestyle's more expensive. Fuck you. Okay? How much money do you fucking need? Are you that big of an ego that you need to be the highest, the biggest contract in baseball history? Are you that fucking egotistical with your fucking flip of the hair? Because I'll fucking call Pop on to choke your ass the fuck out.
I wonder where Pap is.
I'd love to know where he is. I'll bring him. As soon as I sign Harper to 10 years, I bring Pap in as an advisor, whatever that means.
Just to watch. No,
advisor.
Just to watch now.
Yeah.
I see you. I'm coming right down for you. Right? Oh, you didn't hustle that out? I'm coming right down. I'll be there right. Fourth inning, I'm coming. Fourth inning, I'm coming down for you. No, bottom four. I'm coming down. I'll be right down.
I'll see you in the hallway.
Oh, sorry.
All the guys on the bench move over.
Yep. We're not helping this guy out. We know this crow. Reenactment. No, but like, it's right. It's disgusting, guys. It's disgusting. It's too much. How much do you fucking need, dude? Like you're getting hit with the tax, and you're getting hit more taxes the higher you go up anyway. It's just a fucking joke. $200 million's a lot of money. Fucking $1 million's a lot of money, and these dudes act like $1 million isn't enough.
Yeah,
and it's disgusting. It's disgusting, dude. It's all about me.
All to play game.
Me. Yep, all to play fucking game. And I'm not getting an all to play game because you're special talents, and I get all that. So I don't even say just for a game because I love the game,
No,
so I don't use that one.
Game.
But it's still a game. But it's entertainment. Entertainment costs money.
Sure.
Entertainment pays, right? If it's movies, if it's sports, it pays. So it's entertainment. So at the end of the day, make me entertained because this isn't entertaining me. Pissing me the fuck off. I didn't like Boris. He's more of a piece of shit, okay? But to me, it lands on the player. Because the player can fucking say, it's your deal, motherfucker. It ain't his deal. You don't even need an agent. You can say, you just need a lawyer who knows how to do paperwork, okay? You don't even need a fucking agent. You take your money away.
Or just make the font bigger.
Yeah,
that's what I would say. I'd be my own agent, but I don't like any of that small print bullshit that you got. I'm on you, fucking wise guys.
I need 72 font.
Yeah, I want this motherfucker like this. I want one letter a page. It's gonna be 4,000 pages. All right, here we go. Now you can't.
You need a ransom note.
Can't get me.
You need a ransom note. Yup, you need a ransom note.
You motherfuckers ain't getting me with that small print. Motherfucker.
Fuck that. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like. You want to get more in Machado than be like and just have fun with it and go 305. Then go 305 and call it a day, dude. But the fact that you need to go up $50 million more, and then how much do you care about winning? If you're gonna go, if you need that much, like how much do you care about that your team around you winning?
I mean, you saw him.
You're pigs.
It's a team game, right? So not putting it on him, but there's three. If anybody has underachieved. It would be the Washington Nationals. Would we agree?
Yeah.
Over the 7 years he was there.
Yeah.
Maybe if we're not talking about early on, but at least for a 5-year stretch, nobody's underachieved more than the fucking Washington Nationals, right? And that's your fucking face of it, right? So not putting it directly on him. We play a team game, right? Strasburg's a pussy. The organization decided to sit him out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The 1 year that cost him too. But you're talking about 4 playoff losses, a 212 career postseason hitter with 5 homers, 3 of them against Hunter Strickland, all right, in one series, right? So really, you're talking about a guy who hasn't done anything. Yeah, absolutely. Right? So I mean,
I watched his stand-up last night. Yeah.
All right, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? But so if you want to be $400 million, you know what I mean? How much does he really care about winning? Probably not much.
Not much. Not much. He's a me guy, dude. But
you knew that about him.
Yeah.
Listen.
Like, there's not like
No,
it's
I
not like all of a sudden
No.
Trouty comes out as a me guy. Like, where did this come
No.
from?
I'm not saying we all didn't know it, but I knew it from the second I looked at him.
Yeah.
The second he was 19 on the cover of Sports Illustrated, I said, "It looks like a me guy." Like
and I wanted every
definition of-
and I
the
wanted every
definition of
part
a
of
me
it.
The false,
with my eye test.
the
And I
false.
wanted
Great eye
every
test
part of
with
it.
me guys.
The false hustle has led to the payday.
Yeah.
right? And he
I'll
wasn't-
run
he
through
wasn't
a wall.
Stupid. He wasn't
I'll run
stupid.
through a wall. You fucking
Yeah.
crumb cake. Go ahead. Who's up next? Give your crumb in a week. Let's get the fuck out of here.
I'll go. It's the for me probably the Steelers GM. I don't know his name. He doesn't deserve one. But you know what I mean? Like coming out, like you don't have enough problems. You got to come out and say like Ben Roethlisberger is the unprecedented leader of this team. This is a guy that has raped people, allegedly.
People.
Right? Drove around.
Not even women. He
Drove
just raped
around.
men, too.
Drove around his motorcycle with no helmet. Dumbass.
Tough guy.
You know what I mean? Mason Rudolph was drafted. You didn't talk to him. Nice leader. You know what I mean? This is the guy that goes on, has a radio station on Mondays, crushes his teammates. Like, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? So, like, it's amazing. I understand that the other two, the big three, you might be the only guy left, but how many years does he have left? And do you have to come out and make that statement? It's just some of these guys don't think, when they speak. It cracks me up.
It's a great one.
Yeah,
It's a great one because it's a fucking absolute train wreck. I mean, you got guys on fucking treadmills talking about if you got guaranteed money, I'm your guy. I mean, that's how out of control it's gotten in Pittsburgh. Even though we sat down with Rooney a day later,
Yeah.
or a day after he's on the tread, fucking. You got anything around a treadmill? You got you got Roethlisberger throwing everybody under the bus. You got Le'Veon not playing all year. And now Twitter, now he's playing people on Twitter like, where should I go? You know what I mean? It's a fucking it's all a mess. The sports world we live in today is fucking wild. I mean, the treadmill puts push-ups to shame because he didn't ask for nobody else. Terrell wasn't asking for nothing else. He was just asking for love here, right? This son of a bitch was treadmill and talking about if you got guaranteed money, I'm your guy.
That's great.
The other guy's in Twitter, and the other guy's crushing his fucking teammates, and the coach, and everybody blames the coach. What the fuck you want him to do? These guys are fucking animals. Don't tell me Tomlin's not a good guy or a good coach. Blame it on like sweep trends. Up top it starts in organizations, all right? And then it gets to the coach when it talks about controlling players that you pay. Coach don't pay them.
Yeah.
They're not be crumbs.
That's what I'm saying.
And rip their fucking teammates. You'd bring Ben inside and go, yo, enough of that. Because we'll start finding your ass.
And
Or we'll shut that down.
Antonio Brown was a known diva. There's nothing Tomlin can do. I mean, his hands are tied. You know what I mean? Come on. Up until that last time when they finally shut it down because it got so bad. But there's guys that say that's what he does all the time. I mean, he shows up when he wants. He's late all the time.
Well, that was like the going live from the locker room, like. Like
what are you doing?
Yeah, Facebook Live, but it was like, but that was funny because that was that's Antonio. You know what I mean? No one even realized that. You can't really do that because you got these, whatever.
The schlong's out. Hey, buddy, that's my schlong, and I like it not be on camera.
Scare little children.
Comes with a license plate, but I don't want it I don't want it on camera.
I'm going to stay in the same city. My crumb is going to be Yevgeny Malkin. The swing, the bat swing that he had raffle a couple weeks ago, was bad enough. But then, to act like last night in the Stadium Series game, when everyone was trying to attack you, you're like, yo, man, what are you doing? Like, why are you trying to hit me? And it was just like, dude, you knew we were coming at you. Hag came at you hard, and you bitched out like a little wimp. And his face and his game and the whole Pittsburgh Penguins they're all crumbs anyway, but just Malkin, just because it's always a good time to bring up Malkin.
No, absolutely.
He's just like Ovi, too, man. It's like he gets all pissed off, and he'll come at you, and he was coming at
people
in that game. But then when they were coming at him rightfully,
it was like, what?
Yeah.
Crumb.
Yep. Absolutely.
I like it.
There's a couple crumbs in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you could listen.
In the stands, I'm talking.
The crumb of the week's the greatest come up there's been in terms of a great segment on this show, because you can name a million crumbs a week in sports. And you know what I mean? I mean, the crumbs go on for days. It's actually disgusting.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't even dive deep in the crumbs. I mean, I could just Google search crumbs in sports this week, and I'm sure I'll get something special.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that interview that Jeremy Roenick was doing with the military guy? You know, during it was. I think the second period, but I'm not sure what period. He started off doing, an interview with them, and then they had to cut out of it right away. And they said, they're having sound problems or whatnot. It wasn't sound problems. Somebody was doing like something obscene, whether it was like verbal or gesture or whatever. So they had to cut away from it. And you're doing that when you're interviewing a military, like people that.
Oh, somebody was like behind them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There was one guy that was lift up his shirt to see the gritty thing. I mean, that's fine. You know what I mean? Whatever. But it's like the camera's there. I gotta act like an idiot so I get viral.
Yeah, you know where you
well, it would have happened anyway. That shit happens everywhere.
And
if it was somebody that was going to attack Philly, it would be me. But that shit happens everywhere.
No, it does.
Yeah, you would.
I mean, you get.
Because I'm a crumb bum myself.
And you get a combo of Eagles fans and Flyers fans in one building.
Yeah. Plus tailgating. They're tailgating for hours before that game. You know what I mean? So definitely a few suds being drunk.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Sudsy.
I just think it's funny. Before we sign off here in a minute, that. I mean, people really believe that it's done Monday. You know, every other person that writes something in, it has said Monday or Tuesday to me for Harper. Every person. Oh, it'll be Monday. It's going to be Tuesday. Within the last couple hours, Monday or Tuesday. It's going to be Monday. This guy says Tuesday. Another guy comes back to me and says Monday. Another guy writes Tuesday. Listen, that tells us all we need to know.
It's not happening.
I told guys who send content at A2D, which you should follow all our social media platforms and enjoy yourself. But I told all the guys who send content, enough with Harper. Enough with fucking Harper, dude. Come on. Now we're making it putting the nauseum for people.
Yeah.
Like, there's other shit to talk about. There's tons of sports shit out there. Fuck Harper. For like, when he signs, we'll fucking get the content that we have sitting ready to go out the door. Okay? But until he fucking signs, I got no time to talk about him anymore. I did it for 2 fucking months. And I talked about Machado for 2 fucking years. So, I mean, I got nothing left.
You got your hand on the content holstered up?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
He's lock cocked, ready to rock.
He's got double barrel content holsters ready to go.
Like Deadwood over here.
Fucking safety.
I got 2 options. I go old school,
Safety's off.
Or I go. You know what I mean? Or I cap motherfuckers like this.
Safety's off.
Shit, this whole thing, we're not going to get monetized now because I'm fucking capping people on it. I'm air gunning people.
That was a
now YouTube's going to hate us.
That was content guns. They can't do nothing to you.
I just got to fit putting something in my mouth, so I want the gun back at me. Just to hit a quota.
Content.
It's
Content guns can't do you. Oh, here he goes. Blowing guns now.
It's all quota talk.
Putting stuff back in the mouth.
Yep.
That's all I should have did. Hold on.
Weeks later, here it comes.
A little.
Turbulence talk.
You can't go here. I mean, I could go.
Is that a pink gun, or you just happy to see me?
Lapgate. That'd be turbulence talk. All right, we're out of here, fam. Thanks for listening.
Hey, thanks for hanging in with us.
Yeah, thanks.
Yep. Fuck Facebook, like we said throughout the show today.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank our sponsor.
Hopefully Wilson's still alive.
I mean, that's debatable on the hope, but no, I love him. That's why I told him to go to the fucking hospital. But he's always got his big boy pants on. You know, everything's fine. Like, he's the kind of guy like my mother. You know, you could have a fire starting down the street or a fucking tornado coming up your street. It's fine, Tommy. It's fine. Wilson, the same thing. Back in the day, you used to have big parties at your house or whatever. Go, Wilson. You gotta be a little quiet outside. You got neighbors late. It's fine. It's not your. It's not fine. It's not your house. I'm telling you that's not okay.
There's a cop at the
front door. Me and my buddy Kev joke about it all the time. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. Right? Everything's okay. So you're dying from alcohol poisoning because you're a flat out disgrace. Okay, but everything's fine. Go to the hospital, Brian. You texted us 42 times. What do you want us to come over with a fucking bed, babe? You texted me and Uncle Sweet 42 times, okay, about about alcohol poisoning, or at least twice, maybe 3 times. Three times. Maybe 3 times about alcohol poisoning. Guy goes, go to the hospital. He says he's fine. And then he told us he threw up. He might have thrown up like over 100 times. So I don't know how fine you are.
Porcelain God talk.
Well, no, it was just funny. I had to rip him. I love him. I do hope he's okay, which is never debatable. That's my road dog. But he's a fucking disgrace. I can say whatever I want about it. What a flat-out mess. The definition of a mess sits right here Sundays. Definition of mess talk.
Usually on Sundays, not now.
There's messes that always sit in this seat. Either Sundays, Wednesdays. Chuck sits there Tuesday. Brad sits there Monday. Ralph sits here. I mean, the list goes on the crumb bums that sit over there throughout the week. Woo! Wow. I don't think Aaron's not a crumb. No. I almost wanted to fuck with him, but no. He can point out crumbs. He's a crumb. He's a crumb pointer.
So Thursday,
no, it's not everybody.
So Thursday, Friday, the only good days someone can sit in the seat.
Wednesday's solid. Great effort guy Wednesday.
Who's Wednesday?
It's some problem, but I mean, yeah, great effort guy, but gets destroyed on a regular.
Good bench guy.
All right, man. Agree, disagree.
You say little bitch
Good
guy?
bench guy.
Good bench guy. I know you said little bitch guy. I was good either way.
Effort. A lot of effort there.
Yeah, we know who carries the show Wednesday.
Yeah. The big piece.
I can't see it.
Big piece. Here he goes. You had to get out of this guy. He's dumping out. He's dumping out. Big piece talk. Dumping out.
You can hit the right one. We'll give it a second. I got to piss so fucking bad.
Mellow
Yeah,
yellow.
I knew there was a reason you were in a hurry.
Yeah, I love the talk. Done. Night talk. All right, fam. Stay tuned all week long. Shows every goddamn night. Okay, Saturdays 1 o'clock if you want to listen to Kyle's shit. And then at 4 o'clock starting March 9th, we're going to have a new addition to the family, our 11th show. And then also you have 2 shows tomorrow because you'll have, for you wrestling junks, you'll have Jackson Ritz at 12 o'clock tomorrow because I got to get up to fucking upload it. All right? Not get off, but just.
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask Greg on the way out because you are a master troll, right? So your Teflon thing about Jimmy was being funny, or are you really? Because I mean, they took away 108 wins from Bayonne.
Yeah.
All right, and if you accidentally kill somebody, everybody walks from that.
Yeah. No, it was because that whole Syracuse thing came out right after the Penn State stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just like it was almost like ESPN just didn't even worry about Syracuse and just pounded on Penn State.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And they were very similar situations.
But the NCAA didn't.
Correct. Yeah. They were very similar situations. That's where the Teflon Jim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, I get it. I mean, he wasn't out there, he wasn't out there trying to,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's a freaking, that's a terrible.
No, it's an absolute tragedy. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But
As
then
long as you're not
also,
drinking
it's kind of tough to
Drinking,
come back to the
driving,
game and then have him be cheered. For
Yeah,
killing a guy.
No,
You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
again, no fault. I'm not saying
I
Jimmy's
didn't see
at
that.
fault.
I didn't see that.
Well,
No,
I mean,
that's
Apparently,
terrible. That's
apparently
terrible.
Carrier Dome gave him
Nah,
standing
that's
O.
terrible.
I mean, come on.
But I think this.
You don't do that.
If I'm trying
That's
to wrap my head around the standing O, is to try to rally around him, knowing that he's
down in the dump.
down.
I'm sure he's
You
going.
know
down. I'm trying to wrap my.
You're always going to carry that. You know?
Yeah.
You're never going to lose that.
So you're trying to bring his spirits up by, because hey, if you were drinking and driving, you boo his ass if he's even on the court.
Oh yeah.
If there's any drugs involved, anything, you're booing asses. But in that situation, rest in peace to the poor man who passed away. But the one guy still got to live with it.
Yeah,
and that's even harder.
Absolutely.
For the guy who kills somebody when you're not trying to kill somebody.
Yeah. No, I figured I knew what you were. I thought that's what you were getting at.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure because I know they lost 108 wins. He lost 108 wins.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it was just having been in college athlete. There's so many other people involved. You know what I mean? I don't take anything away from him. You know what I mean? Like you should know your program. Same thing. I put it on there for Rick Pitino. Same way. You know what I mean? But there's academic advisors.
Sure.
And counselors and all this shit. You know what I mean? And if somebody shows up, at practice, you assume that he's eligible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I never understood that whole situation. playing with ineligible players anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But yes. All right, that's it. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Well, I had him here. I wanted to
Whoa,
shake his tree.
whoa.
Can't get out of here. Tom found something.
Yeah, but just a guy shared in our group that, just a rumor from
3:30.
and obviously a name we never heard, but trying to put out reports, $330 million deal agreed.
What's the site? IBT
Times or IB Times.
IB Times, like who's that?
I'd be high.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean,
3:30?
yeah, I'm just saying,
Okay.
it's
But okay.
Yeah, so just throw that out there. We
Yeah.
can see if there's any, press conference scheduled. So we'll see if any big name source actually puts out that agrees a deal's been agreed upon overnight here. I doubt it'll be an overnighter, but
Looks like I ain't sleeping again tonight.
so we'll see. Love you, fam. We out.
That's a
We
cookie
will
crumble.
see you next Sunday. I'll see you Wednesday. He'll see you Wednesday.
Klentak, keep your mouth shut.
And that's it. We love you. We out.
Adios.
Thanks, Robbie. Thanks, Doc. Peace.